Ladies and gentlemen, I am not David Muir. I do not have the same sport jacket on night after night with the same little Blues Brothers skinny tie. However, I do kind of wear the same damn thing every day. Roxanne, how many shirts do I have in rotation?
If I had to make a wild guess, I'd say 4.
5. So,
okay, you do have 5.
Yes.
They all start to look the same by the end of the week.
I think I've got 5. All right, folks, MJ and the crew here. Fester with a little snark last night. Yeah, Fester, I'll deal with your snarkiness last night. I got your snark via email. Well, did you just give me a psh, psh?
Yeah, I give you.
Are you taking little Shorty Shane and what's his face? Who's the comedian dude? Who's the street guy? What's his name?
Ed Bassmaster.
Ed Bassmaster. Yeah. Ed Bass. Psh.
No, I'm certainly not trying to take their thing, but it certainly is appropriate for.
Psh. Psh. Do you understand? Do you recognize the snark that you dealt me last night?
Let me tell you about something who deals the snark.
Are you challenging me?
No. I'm just an observer.
You're just an observer.
I'm just a commentator of life.
Hey guys, I gotta be honest. As we come on the air at 6:02, I still feel awkward. Trying to do normal shows here, knowing what happened 2 hours south of us. And again, what was coming our way, just like Charlie in 2004, and then voop, making that right-hand turn again. We called it survivor's guilt to a certain extent. That's real, and I feel awful. I look at what's going on down there. We're doing our part, raising money for the American Red Cross. We're trying to fill trucks with items that are needed. We've got a couple of things going on here at the radio station that we're working on. We had Andrew Duncan from the Duncan Duo in yesterday with Wade Sweikel from Two College Brothers. They're trying to fill up a Two College Brothers moving truck every day to bring it down to Southwest Florida. So, all right, we will do our part. We just would hope that if this ever happened to us, that everyone would be racing to our assistance as well, and I'm sure they would.
Yeah, I don't think there's a hope to that. I think they absolutely would.
Yeah, I know. It's just still heartbreaking. You see just the damage down there. You see the aerial shots. You hear the stories. just the total destruction in some areas, the flooding that remains, just life flipped upside down. It just sucks.
I think I sent you something last night.
No, you didn't.
A guy. Yes, I did.
I'm kidding. I know you didn't.
A guy who was on
The
his
sofa guy. Yeah,
the
that's
sofa guy.
that's been hanging around. That story's been on for a couple of days. The guy on the sofa, and the sofa was raised up within
Yes.
like 18 inches of the ceiling.
And that's how he was able to balance on the sofa and the table to get oxygen since his house was flooded.
I did have that story in the pile for yesterday. We just didn't get to it. But it seems that, I know there are many more stories, but it seems that a bunch of the same ones are kind of floating around. And I shouldn't use that word. But, Biden is going down there today. And I know that, I remember George W. Bush with Katrina. Didn't he not want to go on the ground because he thought that putting the president on the ground with all of the security that would add to the problem? And didn't George W. Bush do all aerial flyovers during Katrina down in Louisiana?
It sounds familiar, but I mean,
actually up, and I'm saying down in Louisiana, up and over in Louisiana.
I think it's important for the president to be on the ground sometime. I mean, Katrina was a different situation, but
all right, Froggy. On a much lighter note, Froggy, are you gonna do what I think you might do? We kind of had a conversation about this yesterday. You said you'd take care of it.
Let me think back. Did we talk yesterday?
We did. We're supposed to do an impression connection today.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be coming up at what, 8 o'clock, 7:45-ish, somewhere in that vicinity?
Even though I think we might have run out of celebrities, I came up with a new genre of celebrities.
the bucket is empty.
It is empty, but we're going to refill it this morning.
When?
You mean it hasn't been done yet?
No, not yet. I can't find scissors.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. Usually we collaborate.
I don't need your collaboration on this one.
It's fine.
So you collaborate. So you know all the celebrities.
I think I like 90% of them.
All right, impression connection. Froggy, I asked you to get an impression connection going.
I got one ready.
All right, it just sounds like it
Not
could,
me, but Hal.
It sounds like it could be half-assed.
Yeah.
Everything's half-assed.
Is this half-assed? I can't have half-assed impression
It's
connection.
half-assed Hal. That's how he does things. He's half-baked. He's half
Oh,
drunk.
man, you're calling...
Whoa. Half-baked, half drunk.
You're calling Hal half-assed and half-drunk?
He's listening on his way in.
He is not going to like that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's going to be a big problem. I'm thinking that you're going to get the wrath of Hal with his alcohol breath.
Oh, no.
He has been drinking a lot lately.
I mean,
he's
listen,
been on a bender.
Don't you love the folks that they were drinking like all day and all the previous night, and they come in, or you run into them and they're talking to you, and it's just, oh man, that is
Yeah.
that is alcohol breath, man.
I used to have a piano teacher like that.
Oh my God. You had a penis like that?
A piano teacher. When
You know
I
what?
was in
No, well, her profession would be a pianist.
You know what? I don't say penis. I just did that for creepy effect. But I say
the creepy effect worked.
What?
I say pianist. I'm not a pianist person. I say a pianist. One that plays the piano is a pianist. Not a pianist. You pianist?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the most awesome insults and musical talents in the world.
If you get something added to your piano, is it a pianist implant? Just that.
Yeah, you got to get new keys put in.
I got a feeling that Hal is going to rip you apart because you I think you slandered him just a moment
I
ago.
didn't say Hal is happy to admit that he's coming straight from the club usually when
I
he
think
gets
you
here.
called him an incompetent drunk.
Again, she's just another observer of life.
Is what you did. All right, so Impression Connection's on the way this morning. It is a busy, what is this, Wednesday? Yes, it is. 6:07, just getting rolling. MJ Morning Show on Q105. Pat's got traffic. We're back in a minute.
Here we go. We got...
105. Hey, folks, MJ here with Roxanne and Froggy over there and Fester. Oh, look, Froggy already has the Hal Herman jacket. Oh, there's no Froggy, though. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, no Froggy, just the jacket.
Yeah, I gotta move away from the microphone to be able to see if Froggy's even sitting in the chair. Clearly, the studio issues and the line of sight problems in a studio that houses a very active morning show. Clearly, there is nothing on the horizon to fix the ailments.
You know, it's crazy.
And the hindrances.
Today,
Yes.
let me make sure before I shoot my... today.
Before you shoot your mouth off?
Yeah. Is the 2-year anniversary of the return of the MJ Morning Show.
It is. I have that on my list right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was going to get a cake, but I figured I'd be the only one that ate it. So I was like, I'll just save it for later.
Yeah. That is on my list right over here. It's a big birthday celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember some of the opening promises. I build you guys a new studio.
Yeah. So, hey, also, did you see the email? I hope that it wasn't directed toward us.
I did not see that email.
You didn't see the air conditioning email?
If it was an air conditioning email, I'm quite sure it was directed towards us.
Well, there was an air conditioning email. All right, Andrew, you're saying that the air conditioning angry email was not directed toward us?
As long as none of us are the ones that made that change on the AC box.
I have no idea where the hell that is. I don't know what numbers 17 and 18 are. I have no clue whatsoever. Now, our studio was hot as elephant butt yesterday. I mean, our studio was unbearable, and I guess somebody must have touched some air conditioning control unit and froze up. I don't know what's going on, but there was an email. I might even share fun with internal email here on the MJ Morning Show. I might even share that later on. So stand by. All right, the Gisele Bündchen Tom Brady story that broke about 11 a.m., I think. So we were off the air for a little over an hour when the New York Post broke the story. Now, everyone's jumped on this. Everyone has dived on this story. So is it confirmed? Has there been any Tom Brady or Gisele Bündchen first-person confirmation that they're getting divorced or that they have sought out divorce attorneys?
Haven't heard it from them, from their mouths. It's cited from friends in Page 6.
I mean, I was even watching World News Tonight with David Muir. I tend to flip through all of the nightly newscasts, like 6:30. That's when Nora O'Donnell comes on CBS. You got Fester Dolt. I'm sorry, Lester Holt. You're Fester Dolt.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to confuse it. So I generally flip through just the nightly network news shows just to see what's going on. And last night, it even made... And tonight, news about Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen. So that even made like the World News Tonight with David Muir. Good evening, everybody. Great to have you with us tonight. All right, so here's a story from Page 6. Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen seem to be heading for the end zone. Oh, how clever is that?
What else would you expect from Page 6?
Or, hey, the marriage has been spiked. Or whatever.
I don't get that one.
Yeah. You spiked the football?
Oh.
How about they punted the marriage? How about that?
Can we work on the word fumble? Yeah, that's right. Fumble.
They fumbled the marriage. Oh, my God. It hit the goalpost.
Who dropped the ball in the relationship?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's what broke yesterday. New York Post, their gossip page is called Page 6. You probably heard about it over the years. And the story is that both have retained the divorce attorneys, according to multiple sources telling Page 6 exclusively. As previously revealed, the couple have been living separately for the past couple of months following an epic fight. Now, what is the epic fight? Because then there were stories that whatever their issues were, it was not about football. It was now not about Tom Brady going back to football and unretiring.
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
Remember, we heard that from Tom Brady at one of the pressers. He hasn't addressed the whole Gisele Bündchen thing, but is it any coincidence that Tom Brady is not off to a fantastic start with Tom Brady-esque quarterback greatness?
I mean, he wasn't bad. He did a good job in Sunday's loss. It was the defense.
Hold on. He seems distracted. From the very beginning, from game one. Was it the Cowboys?
Yeah, Cowboys was game one, yeah.
It just seemed distracted from the very beginning.
Wait, are you in the meetings with him? Are you in his...
Yeah.
What, are you being snarky now, too?
I mean,
Define seems distracted.
Hey, how many times did I say early on, and we're still early on, we've played, 4 games?
Yes, 4 games. We're 2-2 after 4 games.
Right. And early on, what did I say? With the whole Gisele Bündchen, Tom Brady situation looming from the beginning, I've said, hey, when are they going to address the giant 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that is that there's something going on, that Giselle is not with Tom right now, that they're living separately. She's jetting off to, like Cabo or Costa Rica, wherever she went, and then she's up in New York, and then she's here, she's there. Tom is not. And listen, from the very beginning, I'm like, is anyone going to address this? Are any of the sports reporters going to say, hey, Tom, is that off limits? Is that a faux pas?
It's especially like a post game.
But hold on, you're looking at something that's obviously a problem, but you're not allowed to talk about it. You're not allowed to ask Tom at a presser.
Well,
hey, Tom, what's going on?
Well, we're going to keep it to the game here. Just the questions about the game, please.
Yeah.
45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, that says everything right there. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and let me just add that didn't his mom have cancer at one point in the past? So is that that's another big thing to go through in life, to deal with a sick relative, to say, hey, that's what I think divorce goes in that similar category. It's a personal life thing.
But how is not a humongous mental distraction? How is that not in limits? How is that not in bounds?
Because when you're a professional football player and you've been playing at the level he has for his entire career, you give him the benefit of the doubt that he's going to leave his personal stuff at home and come do his job.
Well, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be on paper, but do you think it appears that Tom Brady has left all of his personal stuff? I've seen more sacks of Tom Brady, I think, in the first 4 games than I saw in the last 45 years.
And amazingly, Tom does not block any of the defensive linemen. It's not like he came out in the wrong colored uniform. He's not that distracted. He's like, oh, guys, we're wearing white today?
I know.
I forgot my helmet.
Oh, I'm so distracted. Oh, no.
Listen, I know there are other issues. I know that we've had offensive line problems. Our 2
best receivers were out for the Packers game. They lost by 2 points.
Mike Evans was on suspension. I get it, but it just doesn't seem that we're seeing the TBG.
I'll tell you this right now.
We're not seeing the TBG.
Okay, well, the TBG is there.
Are you sure the TBG is there?
It's a team game, and I tell you, he uses the team to forget about all the problems he has and then put out his Tom Brady greatness.
Good
Roxanne,
point.
you just grimaced.
I grimaced because
Do you know what TBG is?
Yeah, Tom Brady greatness.
All right, good.
And so I grimaced because I started thinking, if we and again, I didn't think he looked that bad on Sunday. The rest of the team not so great. But I think Andrew's point, if you see him not play as well as he has in the past, the guy is getting older. Yeah. He's nearing the end of his career.
I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on.
If you want to forget about your marital problems.
You know what? He addressed that. That's what that meant.
Yeah.
That whole, I'm 45 years old, man, a lot of bleep going.
Wow, you just put that together?
No.
I mean, because he said it like a month and a half ago.
I know. I mean,
we said that a month. When we first got that soundbite, we said that, man, He is channeling the whole situation with Giselle and what's going on. Anyway, finishing up what New York Post wrote yesterday, it hit their website about 11 a.m. yesterday. I never actually thought this argument would be the end of them, but it looks like it is. One source in the know told Page 6 at the New York Post, that's their gossip page, Page 6, which is like anywhere on page 12, 13, 14, just depends on the day.
Not counting.
Yeah. I don't think there will be any coming back now. They both have lawyers and are looking at what a split will entail.
Do you think they have prenups or a prenup?
Who gets what and what the finances will be. Yeah, I'm sure there is. I mean, both were worth a fortune.
I'm so shocked that the world's best quarterback didn't stay married to the world's best model.
I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know if Giselle Bundchen is the world's best model.
Name another one.
Well, I agree with you, MJ. I don't think she's the world's best.
Okay, define best.
She's the only one I can think of.
She has made a ton of money. I mean, she's got to be one of the wealthiest.
Tell me a better supermodel than Giselle.
Cindy Crawford.
What? What year is this?
Okay, hold on. Listen.
Yeah, if you go back in the history of supermodels,
Cindy's
Elle McPherson.
You think Cindy?
The
bottom. Elle McPherson.
How about Kathy Ireland? Do you know how much she's worth?
Kathy Ireland.
How about
She's
80 Bryant?
Well, she has that whole Lane Bryant ad coming out.
I think she's. By the way, I think she's great.
Will you stop?
That was a cheap hit.
Cindy Crawford is hawking ottomans at Rooms to Go.
Okay, listen. What we're doing here is we're talking different eras. So if you want to talk about, like, Giselle was born in 1980, if you want to compare her, okay, Adriana Lima.
Okay,
she's really hot. They're best friends.
It's not a matter of hot. It's Giselle.
Hey, Froggy couldn't stop looking at that spray-on dress with that.
Bella Hadid, one.
Is that her name?
Dude, we need to get some spray. What did I find?
That was like spray-on paper mache stuff, whatever. There was a video circulating a couple of days ago
so hot.
of Bella Hadid, which, do people even know who those Hadid?
Yes, they do.
The Hadid sisters.
Yes.
Are they
Gigi and Bella.
Are they considered supermodels?
Yes, they are.
So
well, Gigi was on Sports Illustrated cover, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Us comparing.
But there was a video of a spray-on dress at some event, and Froggy's like, "Oh my God, you got to look at this. You got like I think it was Monday. You know,
we should recreate it with some insulation foam or something. And Fester, or Roxanne.
Let's do a spray-on dress with Fester.
Can't even get a word in edgewise this morning with you three.
Well, go ahead. Go get your word in edgewise.
Us
but
comparing.
Here's the thing,
damn it,
MJ.
I quit.
All right, time for traffic at 6:30. MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news next. All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fester. What do you want to say?
Us comparing.
Still a very quiet ride on the interstates. Checked all three big ones, and
All right, 6:35. You got the MJ Morning Show. MJ and Fester in the studio. Hey, Fester, you just complained a couple of minutes ago that you couldn't get a word in edgewise. Well, now it's just me and you. So, hey, quickly, before we get to the morons in the news, get your words in edgewise because Roxanne and Froggy are not in here right now.
First of all, Roxanne was very passionate about coming to the defense of Tom. Have you noticed that? She was all over you.
Well, you know what? There is that connection there that, Roxanne and Dig Dug, they're like great friends with Derek Jeter, and Tom Brady rented the Jeter house, and now the house is being bulldozed by the new owner. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of...
The new owner wanted to get out all the bad mojo that Giselle and Tom left in that house. I got to knock this down.
It's got to be bulldozed. That's what's going on.
Burn it to the ground.
All right. So, no, there are more elements to the whole Tom Brady, Giselle Bundchen thing. You know, somebody brought up like prenups. Who brought up prenup? Was that you, Roxanne? That
was me who brought up prenups.
Because they're allegedly worth about $250 million each. So,
no, $250 million, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So each, what do you think I said? What, a quarter pounder with cheese? What the hell do you think I said?
$250 million.
I don't know. I just picture things 250, so I didn't know what you're saying.
Yeah. $250 million is $250 million, and the reports are that they're listen. I love when people. Quote, money and everything. Oh, yeah, there's this, that, those websites, celebrity net worth, blah, blah, blah. But listen, have we seen the bank statements and the brokerage statements and the balance sheets for Giselle Bundchen and Tom Brady? No. Now, can you look at Tom Brady and know what he's made as far as what his NFL salaries have been over the years and kind of estimate? And I'm sure you probably can, come up with a rough ballpark on what his income has been, but that income doesn't always translate to net worth.
I generally think those net worth things when it comes to people like Tom Brady, et cetera, is they're worth more than what it says.
Well, I think it depends. I think there are people that you think are loaded and have a lot more money than is what reality would be. I think that we will look at people, think that, oh man, yeah, they got a lot of money and they have less. Or there are people that maybe you think, oh yeah, they're well off. Maybe they have a whole lot more than you think. Listen, there are plenty of famous people that try to put up a front that they are just loaded, money coming out the waz like one of those money machines going out the butt. And I don't think it's always the case. But with the prenup thing, we'll get into Tom and Giselle a little later on, but they're each worth allegedly around $250 million. You got Tom Brady with this ridiculous Fox color commentary or whatever, the play-by-play money he's supposed to make after he retires. He's supposed to have some $375 million deal with Fox and the NFL. On Fox, we can't afford to pay anybody else because we're paying Tom Brady $375 million. In fact, we had to fire 10 camera guys. So if the cameras are not moving properly on today's game, that's why. If the sound is all frigged up with the NFL on Fox, that's because Tom Brady's making so much money, we had to fire our sound guy.
Can't afford this music anymore.
Oh, yeah.
They got to play royalty-free music.
We can't afford the royalties on the NFL on Fox Music, so they just repossessed. They just repossessed it.
Owns it by now, right?
They're just gonna have Tom Brady hum it.
That's it. It's gonna happen. All right, so more Tom Brady stuff and Giselle coming up in just a bit. Hey, you ready for some early morons in the news?
Mm-hmm.
Connecticut parent struck youth football coach with helmet. Now, Froggy, didn't you get out of the whole youth sports? But didn't you have an issue?
Well, yeah, I got a screaming match in the middle of a game with our manager, our head coach.
Now, were you an ump or were you just a parent on the? What was your? I thought you had
my kid played on the team, right, so I was a first base coach.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so you were a coach. This was baseball because your kid was on the. Hey, Froggy, your kids are like 10 and 6 or 10 and 7.
Yes.
Were they playing baseball when they were 3? What was going on?
Basically, they started when they were 4.
What, are you trying to Tiger Woods them? What are you trying to do over
They
there?
already stopped playing. They
Yeah.
didn't like it.
They're already done?
They played for 5 years. They're like, I've had enough of
Because
this.
all your couch potato video game crap
No.
probably rubbed off on them.
That's me. They're very active.
Your kids are probably all like inactive and don't do anything.
Don't they play golf?
Yes, they play golf and tennis is what they play.
Wow.
Hold on,
Single man sports.
your kids?
They only like doing sports by themselves.
You got a 10 and a 7-year-old. They're playing golf and tennis.
And they're both really good at golf too. It's way better than me.
Country club sports.
Yeah,
You're getting taken out of the course by your kids. They're hustling you.
seriously.
No, but did you have an issue?
Yeah,
Did
I
you-
got this screaming match, and I said, "Do you want me to beat your ass in front of your entire family?"
Oh man! So wait a minute. You are that person on the sideline?
Well,
He was the victim. I mean,
I
he
was the
provoked.
victim. I got screamed at in front of everybody, and I don't let that happen.
So you were the victim
Yes.
of an abusive
coach.
coach,
Yes.
and you were just a daddy volunteer first base coach.
Yes, Coach Ray. I remember you, prick.
And,
Coach Ray.
and what happened? What did Coach Ray
Remember
do?
I told you in T-ball they all drop the ball, and on a fly ball the kid's supposed to wait till he runs to see if the kid catches it.
Yeah,
and there's a kid on first base, and I said he's gonna drop it, just run.
Yeah, and if
And the kid caught it
the kid caught it.
and threw him out. And he goes, "Coach, what the hell is your problem? Why'd you send him?"
All right,
And I go, "Hey, Coach Ray, you want to have your ass beat for your entire family, including your kid?" And then I said, "I'm out of here." And I went
Because
home.
on the fly ball, if it's caught, which you're right, that was a pretty good call. That in T-ball, the kids drop the ball.
So you send them.
99.997% of the time.
When you hear metal hit the ball, just run.
Just run.
Where-
The odds are in your favor.
If the ball is caught, you can do a tag up and then a run. But if you're off the base, do they lead the base when they're playing T-ball?
No. But they just sort of stand there like a lump.
They do.
None of them know what they're doing at that age.
If you would have knocked him out in front of his 8-year-old, his kid would never have forgotten that moment.
Hey, I remember. You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Chloe was playing T-ball, Chloe played T-ball, right? I don't remember much about Chloe, but she was always athletic, and of course,
Soccer now.
Chloe went on to play, soccer, NCAA Division I soccer. She was recruited, a little bit of a scholarship ride. But what I remember about T-ball and Chloe was having a conversation with one of the other parents. And I might even still have him in my cell phone. And I think his name was Tom. I can't remember his name. But it's,
Then how are you going to find him in your phone book of 20,000 people?
because it might be under wood chipper.
Oh, God. Is that what you want to stuff them in?
No. Hang on a minute. Wood chipper. Hang on a minute. Is it in? No, it's not. All right, here's the deal. I just remember one of the great conversations that I had. A guy who was the father of another parent on Chloe's little YMCA T-ball team. The father is an attorney, and he specializes in wood chipper accident cases.
How often does that happen?
Seriously, he is, but nationwide. They live in
He's
Tampa,
the best.
or they used to live in Tampa. I have not talked to them. I don't know I haven't talked to them in years. But this guy was one of the preeminent experts in wood chipper litigation, and I think he was in defense. Hang on a minute.
So he worked for Big Wood Chipper? I mean,
I think he worked for Big Wood Chipper. And people that get sucked into wood chippers. I mean, I'm talking like Fargo.
Human error.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure, those companies have to have a team of lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because listen, even if it's negligence, those wood chipper companies, they're getting sued. So this guy, I think hold on, should I call Michelle? Nah, it's too early. I don't want to call Michelle, wake her up now.
No.
But Michelle would know. I think the guy, he defended, Jim, it's going to drive me nuts. I think he defended the wood chipper business and he traveled all over the country, and he was an expert in wood chipper litigation. When you hear about some lawn guy or some dude working for
guy
for Jerry DeLuca's tree service, and one of the employees gets his shirt stuck on a log and gets sucked right through the damn thing.
DeLuca's always had one arm, I thought.
Jerry DeLuca's tree service.
So it sounds like this wood chipping, these accidents happen more than you think if that's what he's built his career on.
Oh, yeah.
It only needs to happen a couple of times a year for him to build a career. He's the preeminent guy. He's the guy.
All he needs is two.
Absolutely no malfunction from this machine. It is your fault.
That keeps the lights on. All you need is two. But I think he did defense. So I don't remember much about Chloe's T-ball except having conversations with the father on the sidelines about, hey, every time I'd see him, hey, any new wood chipper case? Oh, I got to call Michelle. Hang on a minute.
Oh, my
Hang on a minute.
Why is she's going to remember all the cases?
No, she's going to know whether he represented plaintiffs or defendants. She could be. All right, 6:45. This is.
All right, so I typed in.
I think this is the earliest that I've called Michelle in quite some time. She might not even pick up. We might get the blah, blah voice.
Hello.
Oh, I guess not. Hey, Michelle, I'm so apologetic. I almost held myself back from calling you at 6:46 in the morning.
Oh, sure.
Hey, so are you listening to the show by any chance?
I am, but then I fell back asleep.
All right, so you didn't hear what I just said?
Something about a fence.
Something on what?
A fence?
No, I think you were dreaming that. No. All right, so I'm talking about Chloe's T-ball. When Chloe played T-ball at the Y as a little girl, when she exhibited her early athletic abilities, what would I remember about going to T-ball? And I don't know if you were listening subconsciously, but I know Michelle likes to put the radio on when I leave so she can weave in and out of consciousness. But what would I remember? What is one of the biggest takeaways of Chloe's T-ball career at the YMCA?
Her pink glove?
Nope, not the pink glove. Let me give you a hint. It has nothing to actually do with T-ball.
Oh.
Give her a couple more hints. She's kind of early.
No, Michelle should know this. What is one of the things I've always talked about this, and I was fascinated about sort of an interaction at T-ball.
Oh, I don't know.
You got it. She's thinking about her daughter right now.
I know. All right.
So glad we called her.
Who's the father that I used to always have conversations with him on the sidelines?
Oh, yeah.
What is that about?
You'd have a conversation with Chaz about the wood chipper.
Chad?
I couldn't remember his name. What's his name?
Chaz, Charles.
Charles?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And here's the other question before I move on. Was he involved in defending the wood chipper manufacturer? Say it again?
I think it was defense.
Right. I thought it was. So he would defend the wood chipper companies when employees were sucked into the wood chippers, which is horrific.
Yeah.
It's like marinara sauce on the other end. So.
That was great sideline talk.
But every time.
Oh, my gosh. I think he wanted to just run when he saw you coming.
Every time I'd see him, hey, any new wood chipper cases? What you got going on?
Annoying.
In fact, I started calling him Chip.
Of course.
Sure he loved it.
Hey, Chip.
I called you Chip, too.
All right. Are they still in town?
Yes.
Oh, they are?
Yes.
All right.
Good. I know a guy who lost his arm in a wood chipper. I need to call him.
All right, so MJ, I typed in wood chipper accidents into Google.
Right.
And less than 2 months ago, a 17-year-old in Pennsylvania
Oh, no.
got sucked into one of these machines.
Oh, great. Now we're laughing about it?
No, business is booming is what I'm
Well,
saying.
guess what? Chip might have been on that case.
Total human error.
Yeah.
Defending the International Wood Chipper Company or whatever the manufacturers are. All right. Hey, folks, I think this is the conclusion of wood chipper accident talk here on the MJ Morning Show.
How did we even get started talking about wood chippers?
Because I
Sports.
We went from literally-
Somebody hit somebody with a helmet.
I didn't even get to the story yet.
Oh, my God.
It can't be better than what we did. Okay, so fine. Somebody hit a Little League coach with a helmet.
Michelle, I got to run, okay?
All right, have fun.
All right, sweetie, thanks.
Bye.
Sounds like she's on Percocet or something.
She's asleep. This is her sleeping time.
Oh, I know. All right, so here's the deal. Connecticut parent struck the football coach with a helmet. Out-of-control parent allegedly struck a football coach in the head with a helmet during a game on Sunday. Chaos erupted in an 8th grade match between Norwalk and Fairfield.
Go Fairfield.
While authorities didn't provide all of the details on the assault, apparently the coach was knocked unconscious.
All right, what would you rather have? Would you rather be hit in the head with a football helmet and knocked unconscious? Or
that would be unconscious,
or would you
not
rather
unconscious.
have a wood chipper?
I think the helmet.
Yeah, I think I'd be able to come back and survive getting knocked unconscious.
So this guy is a silver lining. There's a silver lining to this. It could always be worse.
And was there a playbook involved as well?
If the person would have...
Was there a playbook at the football game with the silver lining?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so I got to one moron in the news. So that means I got to carry it over because we didn't even get to the greatest of the morons in the news. All right, hold on. Have you had your fill of wood chipper talk this morning?
I'm ready to wood chipper myself. Yeah.
You ready to throw yourself into
we
a
got
wood?
one in the hallway.
I know a lawyer.
Ready to throw yourself in the wood chipper? All right, no, we'll continue in a moment. I haven't even gotten to the best of the morons in the news coming up. But can you imagine that you got a father knocks another adult unconscious?
I'm sorry. I'm too busy looking at wood chipper accidents.
Oh.
Yeah, a coach was assaulted with a helmet over a disagreement, and the coach was knocked unconscious on the sidelines. Yeah, I'm done with wood chippers there, Fester.
You're still talking about helmets, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we'll finish up with the morons in the news next. Stand by. All right, 6:51 here at the MJ broadcast. A couple of our great sponsors. Bradley, Jennifer Warnes, and I've had the time of my life. You know, I've admitted this in the past. I have never seen Dirty Dancing in its entirety, believe it or not. As a radio DJ and, you know, back in the late 80s when that song came out and all of the hits from that particular movie and all of the what were the hits from that Dirty Dancing movie? So that Time of My Life, and then you had She's Like the Wind. Yeah, and then Eric Carmen had a song. What was that one? There was just a ton of hits from that CD from the soundtrack. And I've never seen the movie in its entirety. I've only seen little bits and pieces of that movie.
Oh, it's so
Hungry
good.
Eyes.
Yeah, that's Hungry. Wasn't that Eric Carmen?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Hungry Eyes. Never seen the damn thing. All right, so I have an update on my dad's toilet auger.
Does Toilet Auger want to hire him as a spokesman?
Well, no, not necessarily.
Oh.
But if you miss this, folks, before I get back to the early morons of the news, and I got really good stuff, all right? I got really good stuff, all right? So if you missed it, if you missed the toilet auger story from yesterday, I've got the audio right here from my dad's voicemail call, and there's an update. So for those that didn't hear this around, 7:30 yesterday, listen to this.
Hey, Todd. Dad calling. I don't know where you are, but let me tell you something. You got to get a toilet auger. That toilet auger is one of the best devices I ever bought. It's unbelievable. I had 3 clogged toilets, and I went to Home Depot. I looked at all the different ones. I had one $70, $60, $50. I bought one for $70.95 by a Husky, and it works like a charm. It's unbelievable. You stick it in the toilet, and 1, 2, 3, 3 toilets, 10 minutes to unclog.
All right. First of all, my big question is, what the hell is going on at my parents' house that they've got 3 clogged toilets?
You know, a lot of elderly think it's important to be very fiber rich.
Maybe that's it.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case.
I don't know what the story is over there. I didn't delve deeper on why the hell they have got 3 clogged toilets. But that's a voicemail that my dad, who's almost 80, left me. And there is an update on the toilet auger story. And incidentally, I did not rush right out to get a toilet auger yesterday. However, I'm considering adding that to the arsenal.
Well, you know, they're $70, the Husky brand at Home Depot.
Well, it depends. You know, I guess there's a whole array of price points on the toilet augers. But so what is the update? We'll get to that coming up probably in about half an hour. Probably try to do the update around the same time I did the original story yesterday. All right, so early morons in the news continue here. This is now it's not the early, this is like the mid-morons in the news now. A Tinder date, turned very, very bad. And I don't think anyone on here has been on Tinder, right? I think we're all out of the...
No, haven't been in the dating world since 2009.
Yeah.
No Tinder back then?
No, I guess not. Well, guess what? A Tinder date apparently turned into a stick-up. A guy was robbed of thousands of dollars from an armed couple when he showed up for the date. You got to be careful of this stuff, man. I'm telling you. There are all kinds of scam-a-lambs and all kinds of, bad actors out there. So you meet someone on Tinder, and they probably used some phony profile picture. Isn't like Tinder and these dating sites, aren't they just rife with all these like fake profiles or people that might be real, but they're using a fake picture to entice people?
That's social media. Like there's nothing, it's hard to verify stuff, especially if you're going to go on a date with someone.
Yeah, social media, I think it is ultimately the downfall of humanity. Social media, when it comes down to it, we would be so much better off without it. And especially what it's doing to our kids, warping reality. But in this particular case, a male victim arrived at an Embassy Suites hotel room. This happened in the Phoenix area. He matched with a woman named Sonia on Tinder, but instead of meeting the potential date where he thought he was about to get all lucky at the Embassy Suites, he goes to the room and he's greeted by the couple that's about to take him to the cleaners for $3,000. The male suspect, Jose Sandoval Jaquez, pointed a gun at the victim, ordered him to give up his cell phone and all his other belongings. The man also forced the guy to hand over his ID, his PIN codes to his ATM, bank account, social media information. I mean, asked for everything. And then apparently the guy had like $3,000 in cash and other items on him, jewelry.
So he's just walking to a Tinder hookup with $3,000?
Yep. Then hang on a minute. Then it gets worse. So he gets robbed of all the cash that's on him. He has jewelry that's robbed.
Yeah, because he wants to impress his hookup. He's wearing all of his fancy jewelry.
And then the suspects made the guy drive to a nearby Chase Bank. And while they drove his car to the bank, the known male then met up with another unknown male, and they continued to point a gun at the guy. And the victim stated that $900 additionally was taken from his Chase bank account with his ATM card, and they forced him to take the money out. So in total, the whole deal, I guess $3,000 had been taken from him, cash, jewelry, and money from his bank account. Is that unbelievable?
Okay, so there's a lot of problems with this whole story. First of all, the guy should never have gotten robbed, but the guy...
Then the guy's car was ripped off. The couple then used the victim's car to drive to California and Las Vegas before cops finally got the guy, the couple in Las Vegas.
Did I hear they just met at a hotel?
Yeah, see, that's the problem, MJ.
They're not even going on a date.
That was the whole story.
Yeah,
right,
that's
but
crazy.
That's where the problem
starts.
So the guy matched with the woman on Tinder.
Isn't that what you do?
They agree to meet at an Embassy Suites. The guy goes up to the hotel, knocking on the door, thinking he's about to get lucky, and then he's got a gun in his face, and that's how this whole thing then unravels.
So... the problem, there's so many problems here. One, the guy's just going for a hookup. I mean, I've had friends who are on Tinder and they actually attempt to go on some kind of a date.
Real date?
Or meet in a public place before shenanigans ensue.
Right. So the question is, what percentage of Tinder dates are like real attempts to have a social evening?
Yeah, like go have a glass of wine.
Versus just a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, Just trying to get lucky with a quickie hookup.
MJ, are you aware that another similar Tinder nightmare happened recently? Because I was looking for the story you just did online while you were talking, and I found the story: Colorado Springs woman bound, stabbed, Tinder date.
Jeez. Okay.
I mean, this is turning into just a disaster.
Wow.
I'm so glad I'm not single.
Good. Maybe they ought to just rename the app Murder. Instead of Tinder, just Murder. How about that? That's terrible. Hey, if you have a bunch of drugs on your person, in your possession, maybe not a good idea to hang out in a handicap spot if you don't have the appropriate license plate or handicapped placard for the dangling from the rearview mirror.
Ooh.
Yeah. Guy in Tulsa arrested. He parked in a handicap spot, was caught with drugs. So this is at a Walgreens in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Somebody called the police because they saw a guy illegally parking in a handicap spot. And the cops show up, and turns out the guy is in his car smoking what they thought was meth. Logan Bacon.
His last name is Bacon? Hold on.
Yum.
Bacon like bacon brownies or bacon like the pig products?
Like Kevin Bacon.
Oh,
right?
wow.
Yeah. And anyway, he wasn't in his car by the time the cops got there. They waited for him to get back, right? So he's in the handicap spot at Walgreens. Someone's like, hey, you're not handicapped. Then they see him smoking what they thought was meth in the car. Then the guy leaves the car. Cops wait for him to come back. And cops ran his name. He was wanted on a bunch of outstanding warrants. They arrested him. Then they found a bag of white powder in his pocket. So they think now it might have been fentanyl.
Oh, man.
All this because he parked in a handicap spot. If it would have been one spot over.
Exactly. None of this would have happened. Just the chain of events unfolded because He parked in the handicap spot. So that's called able-bodied handicap parking spot karma is what that is. So heads up on that. Hey, this is terrible. Who is the last person that you think would rip something off from the TSA security line?
A pilot.
Good guess.
You know what? Very good. Good answer. Good
Thank
answer.
you.
Good answer.
Yes.
Good answer.
Yes.
Good answer.
Good
Thank you,
answer.
Louis.
Flight attendant, but right,
Close.
same type of same genre,
Feeling.
I guess. Yeah, same feeling, I guess. This is crazy. A 60-year-old flight attendant is facing charges from the TSA line at Reagan National up in D.C. Happened on Monday. Rebecca Valley, she works for Republic Airways, and they're a regional carrier, and Republic, I think they run flights for United, and it's one of they run the smaller commuter jets. And this woman, 60 years old, a flight attendant, and she stole a $6,000 bracelet that was in one of the bins from a different passenger while she's in the TSA line. That sucks.
All right, I have a couple of questions. One, who takes off an $8,000 or $6,000 bracelet and just tosses it in a plastic bin?
You shouldn't do that. And I'll tell you what I do is when I go through airport security and sometimes I take my watch off or whatever, I take my wallet out, I never put that stuff directly in the bin. I always put my stuff in the backpack or whatever carry-on I'm taking. I never put anything. If I've got a couple of quarters and a dime, I might stick that in the bin. But if I take my watch off, I take my wallet, I put that stuff in a pouch in whatever carry-on bag I have. I will never put that stuff free-floating all by itself in the bin.
Would you put it in a small circular bin, not the big rectangular bin?
I don't
know. I feel like they keep a closer eye on those. I'm just wondering.
No. What is the difference between putting a $6,000 bracelet in the big square plastic bin or the little white round little tray thing?
It seems like the TSA agents would know that that's the valuables coming through and maybe just keep an eye on it.
No.
They don't know.
No, you don't have your crap exposed at all. If you have anything of value at the TSA line, you put it in your bag. You put it in a pouch, a pocket, whatever. I'm not saying that the customer or the traveler was asking for it.
No, of course not. But still, as a traveler, you have to be aware of your expensive jewelry.
Right. But the passenger took the bracelet off to go through security, and then, boom, it disappeared like a magic act.
All right, what was the flight attendant's name?
Rebecca.
Does your story mention where she lives?
Well, hang on a minute. I'm about to get all that.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Good.
So a passenger took off the bracelet. It disappeared. TSA worker then checked the security footage. It showed Rebecca in her uniform taking the bracelet and walking off with it. And then police caught up with her in the terminal. They arrested her. And the bracelet apparently worth, I think the owner said like $8,000. I might have said $6,000, but I think it was an $8,000 bracelet. And I got to believe that if that flight attendant was going to make a flight, that suddenly that flight might have been canceled or delayed because suddenly you got a flight attendant that's supposed to work a flight and then they get arrested. So you're minus a crew member. That flight probably didn't take off on time. Might have been canceled. And then turns out, this is crazy. This flight attendant, 60-year-old Rebecca Valley, is from right here in Wesley Chapel. Is that unbelievable?
Oh,
wow.
Rebecca Valley could be a loyal MJ Morning Show listener.
Boy, Rebecca, what are you doing? Come on, Rebecca. What are you thinking, Rebecca?
Now, this isn't petty theft, right? $8,000.
No, that's
felony.
like grand larceny or something. I don't know. That's a pretty serious deal. $8,000 for a bracelet. Yeah, don't put your valuables in there, folks. Take it from a frequent traveler like myself. Just put that stuff away. I do it all the time. I won't leave my wallet out, nothing.
I throw everything in there.
And then it turns out that she's from Wesley Chapel, Rebecca Valley.
Wow.
Yeah, she might be in trouble with her gig also with Republic Airways, I'm thinking. All right, 7:15, it's the MJ Morning Show. We're loaded coming up next. We start the long chunk of the MJ Morning Show, including an impression connection, update on the toilet auger, all kinds of stuff. And then I was made aware of a term, and it involves some of the electrical workers that are coming from all over the country to help restore power. You got to hear this, folks. We are loaded next. Don't move. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. OJ Morning Show on Q105 at 7:24. And where's Froggy? Where's, I see his Hal Herman little game show sport coat over here. Hey, Fester, have you been in on, it just seems like this impression connection today is kind of like last minute and half-assed. Am I right or wrong?
No, I feel it's whole-assed.
Right.
Froggy did not consult me on the creation of the impression.
All of it half-assed.
Froggy,
everything, you know.
Well, hold on a second.
You're going to piss me off.
No.
And I'm not in the mood.
Hang on a minute. So, Froggy, yesterday we discussed you doing a new impression connection with your little alter ego over there, your little game show guy, your little Hal Herman
Totally
character.
different person.
All right. So we speak about this, and then usually you'll collaborate with Fester. And then it seemed that this morning in the 6 o'clock hour when we first started the show, and I was like, hey, we got an impression connection coming up this morning. People have been asking for it. We haven't played the game in a while. People seem to love the game. I know that Chloe, my daughter, she loves impression connection. And she was asking, hey, Dad, when's the next impression connection? So that's part of what prompted me to say yesterday, let's do a new impression connection. But then when I brought it up this morning, it seemed like I caught you off guard and that you had not prepared for it. And now it seems that
that's called acting.
It seems you've rushed the preparation. You still haven't consulted Fester. So that's why I'm saying I don't want this thing to be, a half-ass presentation. I'd rather just put it off a day if you're not ready to go, and it's going to be a bad reflection on the bit and a bad reflection on the program. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
Was that a belch? What was that?
Sorry. That was a bad reflection on the program is what it was.
Listen, you pissed off Hal last time when you blew off crackhead karaoke. You blew him off for that. You're going to piss him off today.
Listen,
if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Crackhead karaoke, Roxanne, was I right to kind of just sideline crackhead karaoke?
Well, we played it the other day in the car. My family and I, and
but you're doing our bits. You're doing our bits in your car.
No, but we put tape over our mouths, and that made it.
Well, hold on. What is this? A kidnapping scenario? What do you mean? You put tape over your? You're
stickers,
in your car
stickers.
with tape.
Yeah, it was stickers. The girls got stickers, and so we put them on our mouths and hummed songs, and you had to guess what the song was.
Basically, what it was.
What the hell goes on in your house and car?
That's weird.
You put stickers over your mouth, and then you you do bound and gagged humming.
Why don't you just get a ball gag?
But I thought that. I mean,
ball gag karaoke.
Why don't you show your kids the GIMP
God.
scene? Show your kids the GIMP scene from Pulp Fiction. That's what you need to do.
That's really appropriate.
Yeah.
You know what hurts though is when you rip that off after it's kind of like laser hair removal, I guess.
A sticker?
Yeah.
Just a little. Wait a minute. Just a little sticker?
No, it's a big sticker.
I can understand.
We got big stickers.
I can understand using duct tape. That might hurt if you put that over your mouth.
No, we got these round stickers that cover your mouth.
Right, hold on. Everybody's.
Yes, I know where you're going. You like the idea of ball gag karaoke.
That's a brilliant idea. MJ, that's a fantastic segment. We can do that. We can do that. I gotta go buy a couple of ball gags for the show.
See, crackhead karaoke was just missing one tiny element.
I have to measure everybody's mouth today.
Where do you get a ball gag?
I know where to get ball gags.
Hey, go to just out of curiosity, go to Amazon.
I'm sure they have them.
Listen,
we need 4 of them.
I'm sure, because each one we have to have our own ball gag. You can't share
them.
I don't want to share ball gags with you guys.
Here, let me wipe this for you. Dunk it in water.
Okay, so they're called bondage gags. Okay. They range anywhere from $13 to
what the hell
$59.
Oh my gosh, they're different shapes and stuff too.
Oh my, there's some.
Yikes!
Oh my! All right.
So ball gag karaoke. You put it on, and then you sing a song, and then the listener has to guess what song you're singing.
Is this family friendly?
Of course it is. It's just a ball stuffed in your mouth.
So what do? We have a bucket with songs, and you pick the song out of the bucket. And then with the ball gag on, you have to try to sing the song?
Yeah.
So that's not today's game show.
Really, all we need is a ball.
I mean, seriously, if I would go down to Walmart and buy 4 tennis balls, we can do it.
Oh, man. Look, how about here's like a Hannibal Lecter face mask for $146.
I'm getting you that
Look
for
at
Christmas.
that. Oh, my God. Amazon's got everything. It's like the mall and the Blues Brothers. Got everything.
Oh, they really do.
Are we really going to do ball gag karaoke?
It's
I
on
mean,
the.
we sort of don't want to do Impression Connection anymore. It's all we're going to
Should-
do ball gag karaoke.
Should we ask our listeners if they want to hear ball gag karaoke?
I mean, they can't
I
hear
wish we had
it.
a racquetball would be perfect.
Hang on. Let's go to.
Just don't accidentally swallow it.
No, racquetball has like that rubbery taste.
All right, let's go to phones on this.
Not that I know.
Maybe we can get this sponsored by like the Todd Adult Theater and Superstore.
Yes.
There's a ball.
Don't throw it at me, Andrew.
Andrew threw like a little radio promotional foam ball.
It's a stress ball is what
Oh,
this
is that what it
is.
is?
Put it in your
it's-
mouth and sing a song.
All right, here I'm not putting that in my mouth. I don't know where that's been. All right, here's the deal. Just quickly here, we're very spontaneous on the show. Is this a green light or a red light? Would you green light ball gag karaoke where we have to wear a ball gag and then you call up and then we select a song from a bucket? We pull out a little slip of paper and we pull out a song and then we have to sing the song with a ball gag. Froggy, oh my.
Okay.
Dude, you put that in your mouth? Andrew, hold on. Oh, no, you gotta sing it, not hum it. All right, this is.
I don't know.
This is terrible.
Were you singing My Sharona?
Oh, Walking on Sunshine. I think there was a hair on it.
That was walking.
It probably was.
All right, that's not going to be
Folks,
that good.
let me tell you what just happened. Andrew, our producer, is in the producer booth, which is also a production room after our show where they, do commercials and stuff. And there's a production dude that's in there, and he's got all kinds of little knickknacks, and he had a stress ball, one of those squeezy stress balls, and Andrew brings it in his hand, and then Froggy just shoved that stress ball in his mouth to emulate a ball gag.
Best to write down a song.
Dude, I can't believe... If you just spit it out on the floor, you're going to put it back in your mouth?
He wiped it off.
Oh, my God. All right, so, folks, I want to hear from you. Ball gag karaoke, where one of us, we put the ball gag in our mouth, and we have to sing a song with a ball gag, and you have to guess what it is. Is that a good idea for a MJ Morning Show bit or segment, or is that a bad idea? All right, I want to grab a couple of calls here. 800-990-1047 before I move on. And I got an update on the toilet auger from my dad, that whole story from yesterday. But first, a couple of calls here. Ball gag karaoke, yes or no? 800-990-1047.
I mean, there's no way we could pull it off today.
No.
No, it's not a today game.
No, because we need clean ball gags, all right? Or
and different colors,
We need
too.
sanitized ball gags.
I'm...
Roxanne, what's your favorite color?
All right, so 800-990-1047. Would you like to see this game played on the show at a future date? Not so far in the future, but in an upcoming show. Would you like to hear ball gag karaoke? All right, Froggy, you want to try one more?
Yeah, do we have a song?
Yeah.
Hold up a song for me.
Right.
Okay, we got one. Okay.
All right, hold on. Fest, you just held up a song?
I wrote a song down. I recuse myself from guessing.
So it's now just Roxanne and myself.
And Andrew.
And Andrew. Okay.
All right, here we go. Ball gag going in.
Oh, all right, go ahead. Oh, God, that is so gross. You are sticking a stress ball that he might have been sweating all over that ball yesterday.
This is
Froggy's gagging now.
It's called a ball gag.
All right. Go ahead and do the song.
Hit me with your best shot. Oh. You pick, okay.
Hold on, Froggy, you okay? You okay?
Oh, I think
you know what it is?
Jesse's Girl.
Hold on. Is that?
That's it.
Hold on. Was that? That was
Jesse's Girl. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What's up with the curly hairs on this ball?
I don't know what he does with that ball. It may not be for stress.
Hang on. Let me go to phones here. Let me start with Lauren. Lauren's in Plant City. Lauren, ball gag karaoke, yes or no?
I'm going to vote no.
What? What do you know?
Lauren.
Lauren, why no on ball gag karaoke?
I think it would be so annoying sitting here, like, just hearing for minutes on end.
Okay, it's
I
an
would just wanna,
interactive guessing
knock the
game,
ball
though.
out of your mouth.
Lauren, listen, I think you might be onto something. I think you might be right. All right, Lauren, so I got you down in the no column.
Thanks.
Thank you. John is in Bradenton. John, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Ball gag karaoke, yes or no?
I think it's one of the best ideas y'all have come up with in a while. And the best part is when you're watching on MTV and all the drool coming out.
Oh,
yes. Fantastic.
Oh, when people are watching on MJ.
my gosh.
Yeah, because it would be on MJ TV.
Should we get more bondage involved? Like maybe handcuff the person?
Hey, no, stop it. Hey, John, do you watch MJ TV?
When I can. We've even popped it on like when Roxanne ate the chip, watching her throw up and stuff.
Oh, the one chip challenge.
I'm glad you
yeah,
guys tuned in for that.
Hey, John, thanks for the call. I don't know. So that's 1-1. One yes, one no. Let me grab Amy's in Trinity. Amy, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Ball gag karaoke. What do you think, Amy?
I say a big fat yes to that.
All right. All right.
You want to play real quick?
Yes.
Fester.
Amy in Trinity, a big fat yes to ball gag karaoke. I tell you what, hey, I'll write down a song.
Okay.
I'm going to do one now. Amy, I'll tell you what. We will do it. Since Froggy's got the stress ball that someone else has been handling.
I don't have it right now.
Well, where's the ball?
I have it.
Fester has it.
You're holding the ball, and Froggy's going to put that ball back in his mouth?
No, Fester's put it in your
Fester's going to
mouth.
put it in his mouth.
I'll put it in my mouth.
You're not putting that in your mouth after Froggy had it in his mouth?
I don't care. All the godforsaken things I've had in my mouth, a little Froggy spit's not going to get
What
me.
a bunch of spit swappers around here.
You have no idea, Rox.
All right, are you ready? You got a song?
Idea.
All right. Fester, can you read this? Can you read that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you got it?
Okay, here we go.
All right, now, oh, my God, I can't believe you put the ball in your mouth, Fester. All right, Amy, impromptu, little, like a screen test here. All right, Fester, go ahead and do the song that I just held up for you. Go.
I know it.
Is that all you know?
Amy, do you know what song that is?
I have no idea.
Just
Try
think of
again.
one word.
Try again, Gimp.
All right, go ahead.
Look at him.
I don't know the rest of the song.
You have
Roxanne, you know what it is,
yeah,
right?
I do.
What
I
is
do.
it?
It's jump.
I mean, come on.
Because I just saw his shoulder movement. It was like,
That was Van Halen Jump.
All right, Roxanne, put it in your mouth now.
no,
You're
next.
Hey,
Come on, Roxanne.
no. Amy, thanks for the call. I appreciate it.
All
All right, so now we're at 2 votes yes for ball gag karaoke.
I gotta say, my ball gag has to be a little smaller than this because this was really good.
And it needs to be stiffer.
Yeah, you know what I noticed is you had a different method, Fester. Half the ball was hanging out of your mouth.
That's how I roll.
I wasn't even planning on doing this. We're occupying what I was going to do here. All right, 2 more calls, and that's it. So right now, it's 2 yes, 1 no for ball gag karaoke in the future. Let me grab Michelle in Tampa. Michelle, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What do you say?
I say yes. That's the funniest shit I've heard.
Oh, okay, Michelle.
Whoa, hang on.
She really liked it.
All right.
Okay.
So,
She really likes it.
Michelle really liked it.
Michelle, you have to watch your language a little bit.
Yeah, Michelle, you can't say the S-bomb on the air, okay?
Oh, sorry, but yeah, that's funny, man. I love it.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you, Michelle.
I have a feeling with a real ball gag, it's going to be harder because that bends.
Maybe we can buy some ball gags tonight and just practice.
By the way, Michelle just said that's the funniest bleep I've ever heard, and I had to hit the dump button. So if you heard the audio jump a little bit, I had to delete the S-bomb from the broadcast airwaves on 104.7. But if you're watching MJTV right now, you heard the S-bomb, and it'll remain in the podcast as well. Yeah, so it'll be on the podcast. All right, one more call. So now we're at 3. And
I don't know.
How many? We've had, 2 women now say yes?
Yes.
2 women
and 1 no.
Lauren, the first woman we had on the line, said no. Let's get that straight.
And then one more here. Last call. Ryan is in Winter Haven. Ryan, ball gag karaoke. You in or you out?
MJ, been listening to you since the MJ BJ morning show, and it's a conditional yes. The condition is you guys need to bring back crotchety old man.
Okay, well,
we'll put a ball gag in his mouth.
I mean, we don't put conditions on you listening to the show, Ryan, but thank you.
You know, Ryan, I do play the occasional classic crotchety. Maybe I can even squeeze one in later today for you.
Do you have
the Tickle Me Elmo bit, the jet ski bit? Bring back Chauncey, man.
Bring back Chauncey. Yeah, good stuff.
So, do you have a ball gag crotchety call, MJ?
I do not. There's no ball gag crotchety. Listen, guys, let me get this thing back on track here.
Okay, sorry.
But that's part of what the MJ Morning Show is about, because we have no idea what the heck's going to happen. So I have an update on my dad and the toilet auger. And if you heard this yesterday, my dad left me a voicemail. My nearly 80-year-old dad, Larry.
Hey, Todd. Dad calling. I don't know where you are, but let me tell you something. You got to get a toilet auger. That toilet auger is one of the best devices I ever bought. It's unbelievable. I had 3 clogged toilets, and I went to Home Depot. I looked at all the different ones. I had one $70, $60, $50. I bought one for $70.95 by a Husky.
Oh, my God.
And it works like a charm.
I'm sure it
does. It's unbelievable. You stick it in the toilet, and 1, 2, 3, 3 toilets, 10 minutes to unclog. It was unbelievable. It was like a miracle. Unbelievable. Anyway, get yourself a toilet auger. Bye-bye.
The question that obviously arose was, what the hell is going on in my parents' house that they've got 3 clogged toilets? What are they doing to those toilets?
Well, are they taking any medications that could cause that?
I don't know what's going on.
Are they on an all-cheese diet?
I have no idea. What are they, bowling balls in there? I don't. So here's the deal. A little follow-up on this. So guess who I spoke with yesterday? I spoke with Luigi. And Luigi is the executive chef and the owner of Trattoria Pasquale in South Tampa, Italian restaurant on West Shore.
What, there's a plumbing issue? You got to call an Italian guy named Luigi?
No.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
So what, Mario was busy?
No.
That was Mario. I mean, what is this? This is so offended.
So I spoke to Luigi. He owns Trattoria Pasquale, and he said, oh, man, I was listening to your dad's voicemail yesterday. I'm cracking up about your dad and the 3 clogged toilets of the toilet auger. And then he says to me, he's on the Leroy Selman Crosstown, and he's in traffic yesterday, and he looks over, and there's a woman next to him, and she's laughing while she's behind the wheel of the car. So they're going slow enough. He rolls his window down and says, hey, what are you listening to? And she says, I'm listening to the MJ Morning Show.
Wow.
So,
what was so funny?
I thought that was a great story. That here we got people laughing at the toilet auger and my parents' 3 clogged toilets.
Get yourself a toilet auger.
Hey, Larry Schnitt here for the toilet auger. Get yourself a toilet auger. Unbelievable. Oh, Froggy, follow up. You were fascinated by this. You brought this story to the table, I think, on Monday about the fishing frauds.
Yes.
In Ohio. And, folks, this has turned into an unbelievable story where it turns out that these professional fishermen in, like, these tournaments, they might have been cheating for what? For years and years and years.
I think they were so used to doing it that they got a little greedy with this one, stuffing, making the fish 40 pounds.
So the deal was, this is up in Ohio, and a recent fishing tournament, these 2 guys, they were caught stuffing huge lead weights into the fish's mouths, down into their gullet, down their stomachs. And they were making the fish heavier by jamming in lead weights and even cutting up smaller fish and jamming the fillets in the fish to make those fish heavier. And the latest now is they could be prosecuted for felony theft.
I told you.
So we wondered, and I said, I'm guessing they're going to be able to find some kind of, prosecutorial statute here, and they're going to be able to go after these guys. And the audio bite from when it was discovered they were cheating at this fishing tournament up near Cleveland.
We got weights and fish. There we go. Out of here.
I mean, it's pandemonium.
That's going to be the greatest quote in fishing history.
We've got weights and fish.
And then he yells at him like he's an umpire.
The lynch mob mentality of everybody.
Oh, my.
Get him, kill him, kill him.
The latest now, Chase Kaminsky and Jake Runyon, they're in trouble. They're never going to be able to fish in a tournament ever again. They're going to be banned from every fishing tournament. They're going to be banned from...
They're banned for life from fishing.
They're banned from marinas.
You know the fishing little game at the carnival where you...
Nope.
They can't even do that.
Can't do it.
They can't even do that thing anymore. So it turns out, listen to this. The Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office in Ohio told TMZ, quote, my staff will be meeting with officers from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources today regarding the matter. I take all crimes seriously, including attempted felony theft at a fishing tournament.
Yeah. They're trying to steal $30,000.
We got weights and fish. There we go.
There we go.
Out of here.
All right, that is crazy.
All right, hold on.
That was like a mob. It was like, let's hang them.
Yeah.
Let's burn them at the stake.
Well, all those guys are working their asses off trying to win that money.
How can they prove they cheated in the past? I mean, we all think they did, but those fish are gone.
You're not going to have the evidence. So they might be able to be prosecuted. You have evidence and proof. In this one, I don't think you can go backward.
No.
I think that you just assume that they cheated in every tournament that they won, but this one is where you have the evidence.
But what crime was committed? They were outed. They didn't steal any money. They had tried to.
Can
you not try to steal money?
It's,
I don't know.
Attempted larceny, attempted fraud.
This is a fishing tournament. They didn't rob a bank.
Nah, I'm telling you.
It's the same thing as going in and robbing a bank for $30,000.
I don't think it's the same thing, but I said yesterday.
Exactly the same.
Identical.
I said yesterday that I'm sure that they can look at Ohio state statutes and find something to go after these guys with.
I'm sure that there's been cheating before in fishing tournaments, but is this cheating innovation? Is this a new discovery of finding these like lead weights or the other fillets of fish inside them?
Other fillets of fish has kind of caught me off guard. They probably started by doing that.
This is like putting your thumb on the scale, or the reverse, like in the Sopranos episode where Christopher
with the matchbook.
He puts the matchbook underneath the Hobart scale at the deli counter, and it prevents the scale from going all the way down, so he gets the steak for a whole lot less money.
Yeah, it was like $2. Yeah. Something's better with my scale. What are you trying to do? Screw me?
Didn't the butcher? Did he realize that? Wait a minute, that's pretty cheap for all those steaks. All right, I got to talk about something and a new term that I've never heard of. And listen, we've got awful tragedy down in Southwest Florida. We've got. Did I see the death tolls now up to like 106 or 108? I mean, just incredible. Storm surge is going to be the killer here, folks. The people just didn't make it through the water. You've got just the utter destruction down there. But there's something that developed in regard to all of the power crews that are coming from all over the country to get power back on, not only in Charlotte County and Lee County and Collier, but here in Hillsborough and Pinellas County and Polk County and Sarasota, Manatee. You've got DeSoto. You've got Hardee. By the way, I had a couple of people call me out. Hey, MJ, why are you saying Hardee and not just Hardy? I've always heard it from the locals. I mean, for years, I've been here in the Tampa Bay area since 1994, and like the dyed-in-the-wool true locals that were born and raised in Hardee County, they call it Hardee, and that's why I've always said Hardee. Am I right or wrong?
That's a potato, man. I don't know.
So instead of Hardee County, like, Hardee, Hey, it's a Hardy County. Hardy. I've always heard Hardy, and I've always said Hardy. Anyway.
Is there a Hardee's in Hardy County?
It's a good question. But listen, Wauchula and Avon Park at Zolfo Springs and all of those areas in those inland counties, you've got, again, DeSoto, you've got Hardy, you've got Highlands, a lot of power. There was a point where I think DeSoto County and maybe even Hardy, like 100% of the power was out. So you have all these linemen coming in from all over the country. I saw it was over 44,000 linemen from electric companies and cooperatives all over the country coming into Florida to help. And that's sort of the deal that all the power companies have. When you guys have a problem, we're sending our Florida crews to you. When we have a problem, you send them to us. So that's a great reciprocity. But I learned something new. Aaron, and it turns out Aaron, this is great. Listen to this. Aaron was an old intern on the MJ Morning Show going back years ago. So I get this email from Aaron.
I remember Aaron. I saw her a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she was a good intern. And she wrote, "Hey, MJ, it's your old intern, Aaron."
Aaron?
Yeah, she comments about our storm coverage. Very comforting. Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad we were fortunate. And then she writes, "I know you don't like TikTok, but there's a war going on over there between the wives of the linemen coming to help fix the electricity and single women in Florida. The linemen are apparently going on the dating websites. The wives are calling the single women bucket bunnies." I have never heard.
That's hysterical.
This is the first time I've ever heard of this. Bucket bunnies. So if you're a woman that's trying to hook up with one of the linemen, one of the electrical workers coming in from out of state, or maybe even in state, that if you're a woman trying to, pick up a lineman, you're a bucket bunny. And of course that stems from the big electric trucks. They've got the buckets, the bucket trucks. So the women going after the guys, they're bucket bunnies. I've never heard that term in my life.
That's hysterical.
It's a good one.
I mean, you learn something new every day. She said, "I think it's funny. It also reminds me of Roxanne's thing with trucks coming in."
Yeah, but my thing is not, like, Fester referred to it as a kink the other day.
Get your motor running.
It's just like it's a good feeling when you see those trucks.
But
it's a happy feeling. I'm not saying it's a sexual feeling.
No.
When you first described it,
I get excited.
Right. Roxanne, early on when we first started the show, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. It was this date 2 years ago that we brought the MJ Morning Show back. So today is the 2-year anniversary of the return of the MJ Morning Show. And it was not long, I should say. It was not long after we returned, Roxanne, that I don't know how it came up, but you said something to the effect, "Man, when I see the convoy of all those power trucks on the road, man, that gets me going." And yet, it was sort of a sexual thing, the way you presented it. So don't try to backtrack.
Well, I do have lineman truck porn in my phone of all the video I've captured of them driving by. I like it. I like it in totality. Like, I like the whole fleet of trucks going by. It's not like I'm after one guy.
So
don't
obviously,
say you like the whole fleet. Don't say, Roxanne, just back away from that. Just stop.
Yeah. That's a good idea, Fester.
Please.
But I would have to say it's sounding like you're a potential bucket bunny.
I'm not a potential bucket bunny. It's not like I have a calendar at home with linemen on my. It's not like a.
All right.
Well, that's
like
a good
that.
idea. You ought to start a lineman calendar.
Go.
Well, they have the fireman calendar,
Yeah.
the policeman calendar. They've got all that stuff. But Roxanne, it sounds like you're like a total bucket bunny candidate. That maybe if you weren't all hooked up and engaged for 9 years with Dig Dug, maybe you'd be on the dating apps trying to pick up the electrical lineman coming in to help restore power here in Florida.
I told you, it's not an individual lineman truck driver. It's the whole the rush you get, like the feeling you get when you see the trucks drive by.
Hey, Fester, she gave me a link. I meant to forward this to you.
Is this where I'm a lineman? I'm a pipeman wife. I'm a pipeman's wife.
We've
dealt with row hose before.
What?
Row hose. Ooh.
Oh, what? What is that?
I gotta find a link. I found a Newsweek article about.
Go to Google. I'm gonna give you a website to go to. So Aaron sent me this. Just type in narcity.com, narcity.com, and then just type in hurricane and then Tinder wives. Just put those. Just find. Yeah, don't go to.
All right, hold on, let me find
it. Don't go to the website. I'm giving you the search results so you can go right to the story.
Hurricane.
No, go to Google. Just go.
This search bar is Google. This is
fine.
my Google bar.
All right, just type in narcity.com.
Narcity.com.
Okay. Then do Hurricane Wives Tinder, and that should give you a link to the article. I meant to send this to you so you'd have it available, but I forgot.
National Hurricane Center, Wives Tinder.
Yeah, is it not coming up?
All right, let me keep looking.
Anyway, there's a whole article on this, that the linemen are coming to Florida for relief to get the power back on, and wives aren't happy because of. Did you find it? Yeah, so. Yeah, that's the story. Here it is from some website called NAR City. Linemen for Hurricane Ian relief are on Florida Tinder, and their wives aren't happy about it. They're getting caught on TikTok. After Hurricane Ian swept through Florida, line workers made their way to the Sunshine State to help with electric restoration efforts. Many women are pleased as their Tinder pages now have fresh faces, though the employees' wives aren't happy. But what it comes down to is it sounds like the linemen coming to put the power on, they're the ones that are going on Tinder to try to pick up some side electricity while they're in town.
Trying to make a couple of connections.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Listen, I hate to be honest here, but I'm being honest here. You know, they're doing a great thing. I'm not trying to call them out, but
well, they're not all doing that.
Oh no, listen, of course they're not all doing that, but some are doing it.
I mean, most of the men are in their 20s and 30s, and
over the weekend, countless videos have been posted to TikTok of online dating app feeds full of electricians and linemen's significant others are banding together to try to put a stop to it. A video posted 4 days ago that received 8.9 million views is captioned, "Everyone's saying pray for Florida, but this is our Tinder right now."
So this is the video.
And then I don't know if I can play the audio.
It's just everyone's saying pray for Florida, and then it just goes down about 50 pictures of linemen and they land in Matt and all their different names.
And they're posting, the linemen are posting their images on Tinder trying to hook up. I mean, that's a problem. They're apparently some are trying to cheat on their wives while they're coming to turn the power on. I mean, I hate to out them, but this is kind of a story. And Aaron, our former intern, pointed out that they're called bucket bunnies.
Oh, good job,
the women that are going after the linemen. But it seems like the linemen are putting themselves out there first for the bucket bunnies, then to climb into their bucket.
They're on the road.
So, like 3 years ago, I ran into Erin at a Popeye's chicken.
I'm sure you did.
And she's like, "Hey, Fester," and I'm walking out with my Popeye sandwich, and she's like, she still worked in radio, and her name was Cheddar Stacks.
What?
She worked in community. I was like, "You're still doing radio?" She goes, "You're still doing radio?" I was like, "Yeah, we're doing our podcast, right? At Jerry's House of Podcasts."
So we were doing the MJ Morning Show podcast before we came back and brought the whole show back.
So I'm on my way to the studio, and I stopped by that Popeyes on my way to the studio, and I see her, and I was like, she's like, "You still doing radio?" I was like, "Well, no, me and MJ and Froggy have some crummy podcasts. It'll never turn into anything." and then she goes, "I'm in radio too," and she worked in community radio. She goes, "My name is Cheddar Stacks," and she gives me her card. I'm like,
what does that mean?
I don't know.
Cheddar Stacks.
I'm like, that's such a great name. Why didn't you have that when you were an intern? Cheddar Stacks.
All right. Fester, you kind of called me out last night, and you said something to the effect, you probably should do this, but you won't.
I don't see you doing this. I feel it's appropriate. I feel this person is a legend, and I don't think you're going to give it the respect or the time that it deserves, but it's okay. Hey, it's the MJ Morning Show, not the Fester Morning Show.
Any idea, Roxanne or Froggy, or even, well, Andrew, you got to recuse yourself, but
versus a legend?
You know. So what might have happened in the news for Fester to say, you need to do this, but you probably won't?
I said you should do this, although you probably won't.
Right. So are you challenging me? Is this reverse psychology? Is it like you're trying to talk to a 5-year-old?
Listen, one of the rules of the morning show is MJ's final editor. If it gets on the air, it's because he wants it on the air. So listen, if you want to play it, I think you should. You don't always take my counsel. So do
I
what you
don't
want.
always take Fester's counsel because your counsel is a lot of times just
Dead on?
no,
Completely accurate?
it's like warped and twisted and completely off base.
I'm like, I shoot 60% correct.
So Fester is calling me out that you need to do this, but you probably won't. Almost, it was sort of like you're trying to you're calling me out, you're degrading me.
No,
Is there a reason why he wouldn't do it?
I mean, because I don't think this is.
It's not typically our wheelhouse.
I don't think this is necessarily up MJ's alley, but I think it could be for what it is for the next 90 seconds. I think it could be interesting.
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler.
Yeah, in the holler.
We were poor, but we had love.
They had no indoor plumbing.
The one thing that Daddy made.
Pooping in an outhouse.
He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar.
All right, so there you Fester, you happy now?
You didn't even play the hook.
What's the point? What is this?
That is the beginning is the hook.
No, the hook
Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter.
That was the first thing to play is the hook.
What crappy
Froggy
song?
doesn't know why we're playing this.
What crappy song puts the hook in the front?
What are we doing?
Well,
Do you know who sings that song?
Sounds like Dolly Parton.
no, it's Loretta Lynn, and she died at 90 years old yesterday.
So now Coolio, Loretta Lynn.
Oh, yeah.
Burt Bacharach, watch out.
Oh, you know what? Could you grab, very few people know about this. Andrew, I forgot. Can you grab the collaboration that Coolio did with Loretta Lynn?
Yes.
Do a search for this. Oh, it was a great song.
Coal Miner's Paradise. Yes.
Andrew, I'm kidding. Don't search for it. There's no, Andrew's online looking for it. There's no collaboration between Coolio and Loretta Lynn.
You sold that pretty well.
Yeah.
AJ.
Was Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn kin? Is that the right word? Kin?
Kin.
Were they kin in the holla?
I don't know. I mean, from the same part of the.
I don't know, Kentucky or wherever.
I think they're all related, aren't they? Just go back a generation.
Anyway, so
No kin
Loretta
in
Lynn, a country music pioneer, coal miner's daughter.
Loretta Lynn was related to Crystal Gale.
That's what it is. Okay, I knew she was related to one of them.
What did she do? Brown Eyes Blue? Was that her?
Yeah, don't you make my brown eyes?
Don't it make my brown eyes blue?
Crystal Gale was known for ridiculously long hair.
Oh, that's right.
Insanely long. To where
Yeah.
when I was a young boy, I was like, Dad, what's up with her in the potty? And my dad's like, I have no clue.
It's all getting wet in the toilet and everything.
It was so long.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, Fester challenged me. You're probably not going to play it, but you should.
And
so
you
there
did.
you go. Loretta Lynn, country music pioneer, dead at the age of 80. Oh, got to do the word here for the what do we call this thing? Rock the cash box.
If the word is coal miner, I'm going to flip out.
Ooh, it's black lung.
Oh.
Yeah, this hour's keyword is black lung. No, I'm kidding.
Dad died of black lung.
I'm just
holler.
I'm just kidding. All right, so rock the cash box. You know the deal. This hour's word is cave in. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not. All right, I'm kidding. I noticed. This hour's word is canary. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Fester.
Dude, none of you guys get cave.
Like
Yeah,
cave in,
yeah.
canary in the coal mine.
These guys don't get coal miner humor.
All right. all kidding aside, this hour's word is lead. L-E-A-D. All right. So go ahead and text the word lead, L-E-A-D, nationwide to 45911. So this hour's word is lead, L-E-A-D, texted nationwide to 45911 before 8:15. You got a shot at $1,000 in cash right now, or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. Good luck from the MJ Morning Show. All right, we are going to do an edition of the Impression Connection in just a few minutes. So that's on the. Oh, look, Jackie, the salesperson, has.
What?
Look, come on in, Jackie. Give her mic number 4 over there.
Come on over, Jackie.
Everyone loves Jackie.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Good morning.
Jackie, the Q105 sales assistant.
Good morning.
How are you, Jackie?
I'm so fabulous. I was all excited because I heard Impression Connection might be coming up, and you know how much I love Hal.
Yeah, how's on his way in?
Oh
Just to
my
say
God!
hi to you.
I was like, oh, I heard the jacket was there. I was all excited.
Now you're single, right?
Yes.
Now, would you like a date with Hal?
You know,
would you go out with Hal?
I think I could. I would think. Yeah, I think that would be kind of exciting.
I'll try to hook you guys up. You seem like you're right in Hal's alley.
Oh, thank you, Froggy.
You're in his wheelhouse already.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to be in somebody's. My God, it's been a long time.
Whoa.
Well, are you a bucket bunny?
No.
That's going to be a hard no.
You're not a.
Yeah, no. You can keep your fellas. I don't want somebody else's fella.
There
Thanks.
There you go.
We don't roll that way.
All right, so that's good to hear. Well, Jackie, if you want to hang out, that's fine.
Awesome.
All right, before we get to him,
It's fine.
What Fester?
It's fine.
What?
No, nothing. I'm okay.
He doesn't like me. I don't know what I ever did to Fester.
It's not that I don't like you. I do like you. I just don't love you.
Oh my God! What a jerk!
Jackie, I'm kidding.
Oh my God!
I'm kidding.
That's why nobody likes Fester.
Fester.
Okay, then this might be why. All right.
Don't make Jackie from the sales department sad.
I prefer Jackie in very small doses.
Well, like most people, that's a general thought.
I
know.
I'm not.
I get that a lot. You're not the first one. I'm just saying.
Let's not act surprised then.
Okay,
folks, we've got breaking news when it comes to a quintessential American classic cartoon. Breaking news. Now, when I say American cartoons that are classics.
All right, there's two ways to go on this.
Quintessential American cartoon. What cartoon, if we've got breaking news, and we're talking about a cartoon that obviously is decades and decades old, but we all know about it. We all know it. We love it. What cartoon? I'm going to let you guys guess.
Okay, are you thinking like super old school?
Hang on.
He said decades and decades.
Listen, I'm just saying, what?
I mean, are you thinking like the Flintstones or like from the like Scooby Doo?
If you want to, did you just what did you say?
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. When you think of legendary cartoon,
yes.
Okay, because the other side of it was more recent cartoons like The Simpsons or
No.
Family Guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking Scooby Doo cartoon news.
Scooby, Scooby Doo, looking for you. Scooby, Scooby Doo, where are you?
Oh, this is big stuff.
Waiting for you, couldn't have a show without you.
Everybody now.
Scooby, Scooby Doo, Scooby, Scooby Doo.
Oh, look, there's the headless scepter.
All right, so hold on. This show.
Yeah.
Who's still alive of the original cast? I mean, Casey Kasem was Shaggy.
Yeah.
He died, what, 15
Zoink,
years ago?
Scoob! It's me! It's Shaggy!
Hey, Scooby, where are you?
They're going to have a new voiceover people, obviously.
All right, so listen, Scooby-Doo, they still do like new Scooby-Doos. They're like Scooby-Doo cartoons and movies. For me, the new stuff kind of blows. I got to have, the 1970s classic Scooby-Doo. So what kind of flippin' Scooby-Doo news could we possibly have that's breaking in October of 2022?
Shaggy wasn't on pot the whole time.
You're getting close.
Really? I have no idea what it is. I'm just trying to think of funny comments. I don't know.
Are you ready?
What?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Scooby snacks were laced with marijuana.
They were the original edibles.
Were they?
No.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now confirmed that Velma is a lesbian.
Oh.
So,
really?
Yeah, here's the deal. Scooby-Doo star Velma confirmed as a lesbian in a new animated movie.
Oh.
All right, wait a second. Do we really need to... In Scooby-Doo, do we need to deal with anything sexual? Should there be any sexuality? Listen, I'm a live and let live guy, whether you're straight, whether you're gay, whatever you are. But do we need to know that Velma is a lesbian?
I'm just trying to remember her vibe with the other characters. I mean, did she have a flirty vibe with any of the guys?
She was hot.
No, she was kind of like the bookworm nerd with the orange turtleneck.
And the glasses. Yeah.
And the butch hair.
Dude,
Velma's into women. The
Good for
character's
her.
been confirmed as a lesbian after years of fan theories.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know. When I was 6 years old, I was wondering, I wonder if she's a lesbian.
Yeah, I don't remember any overt sexual tension on Scooby-Doo at all.
Yeah, Velma's into women. The character's been confirmed as a lesbian after years of the theories. There's a new Scooby-Doo movie. The LGBTQ plus community is all excited about it. Velma's sexual orientation was revealed in a new clip from the animated flick Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, which hit streaming services yesterday. It shows Velma encountering a costume designer named Coco Diablo, and she's instantly smitten. You see Velma blush as she takes in the sight of Coco. With her glasses fogging up and romantic music playing, Velma's also shown as admiring other characteristics of Coco's beyond just her looks.
What?
So, was this intentional? Unclear if the...
No, it was accidental.
Unclear if the writers and the folks at Hanna-Barbera ever saw that when they created Velma back in the 60s. But now, I guess...
Good for her.
It's been confirmed.
Why couldn't Daphne be the lesbian?
Maybe her and Daphne hook up.
Oh, right?
I just say Scooby don't. How about Scooby don't?
No. The question is, do we really need to know the sexuality?
No.
Scooby, any comments? Well, there you have it.
That's speaking her.
Trying to scissor.
What'd you say?
I didn't say.
I didn't say anything.
Hold on, I just heard something.
I did too, but I think
I don't know
I
what
think it was
you're-
in my brain.
It's a dog talking.
One
Who
of
knows
the,
what he
one
said?
Of, one of the two of us or Scooby said it.
What did I just hear?
I don't know.
What? Hold on, what? Do I need to go back and listen to the podcast?
No. Maybe it'd be better served looking at the cameras. I don't know.
I don't know what's wrong with you guys. All right. So are we ready to do impression connection here?
Yes. Oh, wait, hold on. We have to get ready. Hold on. Hal has to put on his jacket.
Froggy, stop.
Hal, get in here.
You're manhandling the microphone.
Oh, I can't wait to see Hal. Oh, my gosh. So excited.
Yeah, we got Jackie from sales is getting all excited.
All right.
That Hal's here. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. My daughter Chloe's been asking, hey, Dad, when are you going to do it? Well, Chloe and all the other listeners, here we go. It is time again for the MJ Morning Show's Impression Connection. Now, here's the host and star of the show, Hal Herman.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Clap for me, everybody. Hal Herman is back in the building for another edition of the Impression Connection.
Let me translate that. He said impression connection.
Whoa. Hello there. Good to see you again there.
Hal, this is Jackie from our sales department.
Hello, Jackie.
Good morning, Hal.
Good to see you.
Oh, wrap me in that jacket.
Yeah, you like my new jacket, MJ? Do you like it?
Yeah, your new jacket is great. By the way, you can see Froggy. I'm sorry.
Hal,
you can see Hal Herman on MJ TV.
I thought I'd spruce it up a bit.
At mjmorningshow.com. And if you're in the car now and you can't watch MJ TV, you can watch it later on, the whole video. Every show after we're done, all videos, you can watch the show anytime you want at mjmorningshow.com. Just click on MJ TV. All right. So here we go. Impression Connection. Let's load up the phones.
Yes.
Folks, this is how you play. You call up if you want to be a contestant. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. You decide which of the members of the MJ Morning Show you want to play with. Me, MJ, Roxanne, Fester, Froggy. And what we do is we pull a slip of paper from a bucket. Is that still the Coors Light beer bucket?
Yeah, no, that is the Impression Connection
Well,
bucket.
we have a piece of paper that's duct taped to the front of it.
So
Yes.
when you call to play, you pick who you want to play with, which member of the show. We then reach into the bucket. We pull out the slip of paper. It has the name of the celebrity and we have to do an impression, and then you have to guess who the impression is. That's Impression Connection. All the phones are lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Very simple.
Everybody loves Impression Connection. So 800-990-1047 is how you get on. 800-990-1047. That is how you play the game. It's that easy, and that's how you get on Impression Connection.
Now, we do have a genre of Impression Connection this time. Would you like to know what it is?
Well, I'm a little concerned because we brought this up yesterday that I wanted to do an Impression Connection today.
Yes.
And then when I brought it up at 6 o'clock this morning, you just seemed a little surprised that it's
Me?
almost like...
I was at home sleeping. That was Froggy.
It's almost like this was not really prepared for, and
It's
this
not
was
true.
like slapped together at
Me
the
and
last
Froggy
minute.
worked for 5 hours last night working on this.
All right, let's go. Let's play.
All right, so phone lines are already loaded.
Yes. Wait, I haven't told you what it is.
Okay, so there's a genre.
Yes.
There's a theme.
Yes. Last time it was just impersonate anybody.
Right.
This time, only famous musicians. Okay.
Ooh,
now I have a
really?
bucket of 20 musicians, famous musicians.
So do you have to sing their song?
You
or
can
just...
sing, you can talk as them. All you got to do is impersonate them. Okay.
So-
All right. But
it
if you
should be interesting.
But if you sing the hook to the song, isn't that too easy to give
well,
it away?
I'm not playing you the song. Can you even sing the song? I don't know.
But if I'm just talking
All
like
right.
this and I'm Dave Matthews, hey man, how you guys doing? That's really hard.
I don't even know
These people
how
are a little
singers
more
talk.
impersonated.
Yeah, hey, we love playing live shows. Yeah.
No, you'd be like,
you know who that was?
What do you say? Yeah.
Hey, do you know who that was? Who I just did?
We love playing live shows.
Yeah, we love doing live shows, interacting with the audience.
Yeah, it's
and-
Brett Michaels.
No, that was the bald lead singer from Fine Young Cannibals.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
man.
come on.
FYC, I love those guys.
She drives me crazy. All right, here we go. Let's grab Bella. Bella is in Tampa.
All right, Bella.
Bella's up first with Impression Connection. Hey, Bella, welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Bella, have you listened to Impression Connection in the past?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, you're contestant number one. Who would you like to play the game with?
Froggy?
You want to play with Froggy?
Froggy, okay, over here. Froggy, over here.
So now
All right, I guess
Hal,
I'll play.
Hal has to summon Froggy.
I'll be over the back in the corner.
All right, I got the bucket.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead,
Mix 'em
Froggy.
up. All right.
Froggy, reach into the bucket and pull out a slip here.
Okay, this is a great game, by the way, Hal. Thanks, Froggy. Really appreciate it.
All right, here we go. All right, Froggy, do the impression and see if Bella can figure it out. And go.
Yeah. I died a couple years ago. Last dance with my life. Yeah. I'm dead.
That is terrible.
This is so bad.
Dude, that is.
Yeah. Let me see. Last dance with Mary Jane.
All right, come on, that's-
and-
See,
I can't think of another song.
But that gives it that gives it away if you sing the
I'm
lyric.
free. Okay, I'm free falling and I'm still dead.
I see. All right, Froggy.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Did she know?
Bella, do you know who it is, Bella?
That was a tough one.
Honestly, I don't.
It's dead on. See, I'm telling you.
Wow.
I just said I'm free falling.
Bella, I'll give you another hint. If you listen to the show often, this is like MJ talks about this person all the time.
Well, that's why I'm angry, because it's one of my favorite performers, one of my
But
favorites.
don't I sound like him?
Hey,
I mean, I guess you do. Yeah.
Bella,
I mean,
It's growing on us.
Hey, yeah.
Bella, thanks for phoning in.
What do you guys want to hear?
Bella, thank you so much.
I can't hold my guitar. I'm a ghost.
That open. Stop.
it's Froggy.
That opens up a line. 800-990-1047.
That's a pretty good impression connection.
Building a character.
Let's grab Wesley in St. Petersburg.
Building something.
Wesley, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Wesley.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. First of all, do you know the previous Impression Connection celebrity?
Was it Tom Petty?
Yeah! Excellent. Very good.
Good job. How'd you guess that?
Yes, it was Tom
It
Petty.
could have been Bob Dylan too.
And frankly, I
frankly.
thought originally, but Bob Dylan's still alive.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
seeing
that
as-
was a good hint.
Seeing as how your first couple of hints were, I'm dead.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm a little pissed off because I'm a huge Tom Petty fan.
Well, when Jimmy Buffett dies, you can rub it in my face.
I don't want to make light of it. I saw Tom Petty just 2 months before he died.
Okay, listen.
Tom Petty, down the hat.
MJ, don't hate,
All right.
don't hate the player, hate the game. It's
All
the way
right.
it goes.
So, Wesley, you were able to guess the previous caller's miss. So now you get to play on your own. Who would you like to play with? Me, MJ, Froggy, Fester, or Roxanne?
Give me MJ.
All right.
All right. I got the bucket.
This is a tough one. I told you.
Hand me the
this
bucket.
is a tough one, isn't it?
All right, here we go. I picked out a name. Here we go. I need to impersonate. Oh.
Only musicians remember.
See, I'm not going to sing a lyric to the song because that's too easy. That's the flaw.
The last woman didn't even get it.
I mean, MJ, it's 50-50,
Use
honestly.
that. Yeah, use it as a resort if you
Here
need
we go.
to.
Here we go. All right.
But you got to sound like the person now.
I'm not going to sing a song. I'm just going to give some other
Okay,
hints.
good. That's good.
So, Wesley, here is your clue, impression connection from me, MJ. Here we go. And, I've been knighted, and I used to have a huge glasses collection, and I wear a wig. I wear a wig on my head.
Any other collections that you had besides glasses?
I had huge glasses.
This is amazing. I mean, is he in the room?
That's Rocket Man. That's Elton John.
Oh my gosh!
That is it. It's Elton John.
See, that's how you play the guy.
But wait a minute. If I did, I'm still standing, or
Yeah, that would've been too easy.
I guess that's what I call it. The blues
You know what, MJ,
rolling like thunder under the
See?
covers.
I wouldn't have got that.
Come on. I
We've been scratching our heads.
I think Wesley's a savant if he got that from that.
That's too easy. But
Maybe
no.
we should just ban singing.
It's got to be impressionist choice.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
It's got to just go to your whole bag of tricks.
My whole clue collection there was big collection of glasses. Elton John used to have the massive collection of the
Yeah, we
ostentatious.
saw what you did there.
And then also like he wears a wig.
Yeah.
MJ, another thing you could have mentioned was he always has, did you know, the penis earrings?
Oh my
Yes. Are you serious?
Oh, Elton John penis earrings, that's a thing.
He collects penis earrings.
Well, he is a pianist.
Yes, but he does. He really does.
All right. Hey, Wesley, good job, man. You nailed it. Thank you, buddy.
No problem.
Hey, have a great day.
Yeah, you type in penis earring Elton and you get a bunch of actually don't do it.
All right, let me grab. That opens up a line. If you want to play impressing, if you want to play 800-990-1047. Yeah. 800-990-1047 is how you play. Cheryl is in Tampa. Cheryl, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Welcome.
Thank you. How are you?
We are well. Well, I guess I should speak for myself. Roxanne,
I'm doing horrible, actually.
Right, Roxanne might really be, angry and ticked off today.
Yes, I'm totally, not doing well.
All right, so Cheryl, who do you want to play with? Which member of the MJ Morning Show?
How about Roxanne?
Okay. This will get me in a good mood
This
now.
is
Thank you,
always
Cheryl.
a good,
right.
fun choice.
All right, back up here. All right.
Hand the bucket to Roxanne.
Oh, boy.
Roxanne is picking a name, a celebrity out of the bucket.
She's got one.
And Roxanne has it. Roxanne, go ahead and do. I have no idea who it is, so I'm guessing as well. So,
Right.
Roxanne, go ahead.
Oh, boy.
Gosh, I want to defer to someone, but I'm just going to have to do it.
All right, go. Give Cheryl something to work
All
with.
right.
Okay.
Any minute now.
Hold on, guys. She had to stop and shut her mic off to clear her throat. So if you heard like a muffled, it was her.
Go ahead.
All right. And, oh, God, I can't do it. Okay, here I go. Okay, I'm going to stand up.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Are you going to sing?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Wait. Impersonate the person.
Can you sit down? You're out of camera shot.
I moved the camera.
Okay.
I moved the
Okay.
camera.
All right, go ahead, Roxanne.
Okay.
All right.
Every night in my dreams, I see you. You know what I'm going to do? Here.
See,
You
that's,
don't even
No.
sound What? Jesus.
God, you played that kid of yours again?
What the game is.
No, take that off. I'm going to
This is not how the game is played.
But that's the problem is if you're singing the song, that be. All right, Roxanne, you got to shut down. I'm going to smash your phone in 2 seconds.
At least read Wikipedia.
Hal's hanging himself.
This is a terrible idea. This is a terrible idea.
All right.
Hal, do
Now
you
you
need a
could have
hug?
gone.
Do you need a hug?
Maybe.
Renee.
All right. This is-
Hal just took his tie and hanged himself.
Well, that sound just drove me over the edge.
All right.
How about you do?
Hello. Oh, my husband.
My husband. I perform in Las Vegas. I do a show there. I'm very tall. I'm often mistaken
Cheryl,
for...
do you have any idea who Roxanne is trying to impersonate?
Pink.
What?
God. Oh my God,
I
Cheryl.
knew the first two. I don't know this one.
See, it's harder when you sing.
I don't know how you get pink.
Roxanne, sing a little bit of her biggest song.
All right, go ahead. Sing. All right, this might be the only way she'll get it. Go.
But my singing isn't going to
It's
help.
okay.
Go.
Okay. Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the heart... Is this sounding familiar to you?
Sing the line.
I believe that the heart will go on.
Celine Dion.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Boy, good job. Good job.
You see, that's too easy. When you sing
can't
the
just
song...
sing it. Like MJ did a perfect impression.
It was too painful the other way.
I did not sing a song. I did not sing a lyric when I did it. I tried to do something else, and the guy got it.
I feel nauseous after that.
Hey, Cheryl, thanks for
I do
playing.
too.
I appreciate it. Stephanie is in Tampa. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, hi.
Stephanie, are you preoccupied doing something else?
I was turning down the radio.
Oh, yeah. Turn the radio all the way down because you'll get very, very confused. I mean, we're confusing enough without you trying to listen to us in 20-second delay. All right. So, Stephanie, who do you want to play the game with?
I say Roxanne.
Oh, shit.
All right. Here we go. Here's another disaster.
Girl power.
All right. Go ahead.
All right.
Hand Roxanne the bucket.
God.
Ready?
All right. Here we go. Roxanne's picking another name out of the bucket on Impression Connection. The genre is singers, right? That's the genre?
Yes, musician singers.
Musician singers. That's the genre. All right. Roxanne,
Try
go
not
ahead.
to sing.
Go ahead, Roxanne. Stephanie, here you go.
All right. Okay. I'm going to try not to sing because I get in trouble when I sing, but I don't get in trouble when I sing. I have an amazing, amazing voice. And Froggy on the MJ Morning Show, he tries to imitate me quite often. I'm in Miami. I live in Miami. Sometimes I was married to Jennifer Lopez, and I'm a very, very sexy man. I'm a very, very, very tiny man.
I'm a very excited.
That's great.
Extraordinarily sexy, just, oozing.
Okay, all right. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Stephanie, do you have any idea who it is, Stephanie?
It sounds like a Spanish person.
Okay, you're on the right track.
It is a Latino male. That is correct.
Yes, I'm a Latino. I'm just very
Okay,
sexy.
so it was a Latino male.
Let's see. I do have. I sat behind Roxanne at a Marlins game.
How would she know that?
How the hell would she know that he sat behind you at a Marlins game?
You're the worst. I mean, you're the worst ever.
The best clue is that he was once married to
Jennifer
J-Lo.
Lopez. Yes, Jennifer
He
Lopez.
was married to Jennifer Lopez?
Yes,
He's
Yeah.
a tiny little mite.
I mean, it's my machismo makes up for my tiny stature.
Damn. I just paid attention to Jennifer Lopez's husband. She's been through her man.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
All right.
She's been through a couple there.
Stephanie, you don't have it.
I thought that was a very good impression. You sounded just like her.
Let's grab Rachel in Lakeland. Rachel, do you have any idea what the previous one was?
Mark Anthony?
Yeah!
Excellent.
I need to know.
There you go.
Good job.
Yeah, that's excellent. All right, so now, Rachel, you got the previous one. Now you get to pick one all by yourself. Who would you like to play the game with?
How about you?
Oh,
with me.
Another one with the big MJ.
With
Is anybody
me.
gonna pick Fester?
No, it's all right.
All right, here we go. Another MJ pick. All right, I'm reaching into the bucket. I'm grabbing a name out of the bucket, and it is. Oh.
Oh boy.
Wow.
This is gonna be a tough one.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Yeah, I might have to sing this one.
Okay, sing it. It's up to you. It's your choice.
I'm a rock and roller, and I'm losing my hair, and I wear a bandana quite a bit. You know.
Give us a song.
You know, gotta.
Give us a song. Will you, superstar?
I wear a bandana. You're losing your hair. Okay.
Okay.
Any other conditions you can speak of?
I take me down to the.
Oh,
I don't want to give too much away.
Or keep it on.
Brett Michaels?
What? Brett Michaels? No, it
Well,
was.
you did say bandana losing hair.
I mean, bandana losing hair. I thought Brett Michaels.
That could be Brett Michaels too, but
Wait,
this.
was it Brett Michaels?
But this guy also bandana losing hair. Am I wrong? I don't think so. And my other clue was take me down to.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, listen, you missed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like
How
some.
do you do this?
I don't think he does that.
Yeah, he does it in one song.
No, it's not David Lee Roth.
No.
It's not.
No.
Your impression sucks.
No.
I know who it's.
Wait, you're not supposed to guess.
Roxanne, you don't get to guess. Hey,
Rachel.
You like hot supermodels.
Hey, thanks for playing. Hold on, what did you say?
Guns N' Roses.
All right, but who is it?
Oh my God.
His
Well,
name
it's
is in the
it's
name of
not
the group.
Slash.
The lead singer of Guns N' Roses is.
Think about a truck.
Nope. Rachel, thanks for playing, Rachel.
Rachel, what?
Truck?
Did you black out?
All right. Crazy Dave is in Largo. Crazy Dave.
Oh,
Hello.
no.
Crazy Dave. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Mom, it's great to be on.
All right.
Nobody asked, Dave.
Crazy Dave. Who is the previous celebrity?
Okay, let me think. Wow, it's Axl Rose.
Axl Rose. Yes, Dave. Yes.
And that was like a sweet child of mine kind of thing.
That was good.
Whoa, whoa, sweet child of mine.
Told you.
Axl Rose.
It was Axl Rose.
Very good, Dave. You
All right.
are crazy, by the way.
Crazy Dave, you get to pick your own quickly, and you're going to be this. I'm going to do one more after this. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to wrap up this spontaneous edition, it seems, of the Impression
This
Connection.
is fun, huh?
I don't know.
Crazy Dave, who would you like to select?
Let's go with Fester.
Yeah.
Ooh, Fester gets the first one today.
All right.
Yay, Fester.
All right. Fester, reach into the bucket.
I got it.
Pick out a name.
All right. You ready, Dave? Here we go. Woo! I need crack.
That's wait a minute.
What?
What? I need crack.
I need crack.
So
I feel good. I need. Wasn't he on crack?
I don't think he was on crack.
No.
Are you talking about?
No, it's not Rick James.
No.
Rick James, I think.
Brown.
James Brown. I did crack
Yes.
in America.
I'm
Yes.
gonna try to do the backflip.
Yes, James Brown is correct, but
That was good.
But Fester, I don't think James Brown had a crack problem.
I solely associate James Brown with crack. Am I wrong?
Well, why don't you look it up on Wikipedia?
I'm pretty sure he was all cracked up.
Oh, you know what? Go to Crackopedia. That's anyone on crack is on Crackopedia. Seriously. Oh, you didn't know that, Jackie?
No.
Oh, yeah, there's a website called Crackopedia.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm learning stuff every day.
Yeah, if you're on crack, you're on Crackopedia. Jackie, there is no Crackopedia.
Are you sure? Let's start one.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
All right, so in 1988, he did a drug-fueled CNN interview where he was on crack.
Really?
Yes, there's a video of it.
He was on crack.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
how do you know he was on crack?
So it says me. That's what it says on.
Hey, thanks for the call, Dave. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Dave got it. Yeah. I got one more I got to play here. Go back to the screen. All right, last call is going to be Dawn in Bradenton.
Come on, Dawn, bring it in.
Hey,
here.
Dawn, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. You're the last caller on Impression Connection. Go ahead, Dawn. Who do you want to play with?
I'm going to play with Froggy today.
Oh, here we go. All right. So, Hal, you got to hand the microphone over to Froggy. And
Froggy.
do you have the where's the bucket?
It's right here.
All right, go ahead. All right, Froggy, grab one. Go ahead.
Get a good one, Froggy.
All right, here we go.
All right, Froggy is picking out the name, the final Impression Connection. Guess who Froggy is impersonating? Go.
Okay.
I used to be in a really big band. All my friends are dead except one. I play left-handed.
Hold on. What did you say?
Paul McCartney.
Paul McCartney's right! Yes!
Look at that.
That was a really good guess.
Awesome.
There you go.
I play left-handed bass.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this edition of Impression Connection.
Thank you, everybody. It was wonderful to see you.
That was fantastic. Good job.
Thank you.
And, of course, we give out no prizes
None.
whatsoever.
None.
No prizes, but everyone seems to love the Impression Connection here on the MJ Morning Show.
Okay, so I found the full clip of James Brown, April 4th, 1988, on CNN, where they allege that he's on crack.
Yeah, we got to get to the bottom of
During the
this.
interview. Am I wrong? I always thought James Brown was a crackhead.
Play it.
I mean, I love Here.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. All right. Hang on. You got to hit the...
Hold on. Stop. Here we go.
Oh, you stop. You got to...
Living in America. Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong at all. You're not in any difficulty, but you're out on bond.
No, I'm not.
Have all the charges been dropped?
Yeah, I'm out on love.
Well, are you out on love or out of love? Which is it?
Out on love. Alone from night to night, you find me.
Now, James, this isn't the first time you and your wife have had a problem. Are the two of you going to be able to work this out?
Let's talk about some music.
You want to talk about music, and you don't want to talk about what happened?
No, it's all over.
Well, let's talk about your tour. When are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
And where are you going?
Rio de Janeiro and Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Now,
San Paulo?
Fans will have read.
Anyway, so this apparently
That's
is...
crack for sure.
That's James Brown on crack on CNN in 1988.
Allegedly. I always thought that old JB had a crack problem.
All right, let's move back over to the Tom and Giselle situation. We spoke of this very early this morning, about 6:20. We spent some time on the Tom and Giselle breaking news. And if you missed it, about 11 a.m. yesterday, the New York Post and their gossip column, page 6. Breaking news, and the New York Post claims that Tom and Giselle have hired divorce lawyers and that they're headed to the end zone.
God, nice.
Yeah, Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen, they apparently are getting divorced. They both retain divorce attorneys, according to multiple sources telling the New York Post. As previously revealed, the couple has been living separately for the past couple of months following an epic fight, and they're now apparently looking at dividing up the multi-million-dollar empire that they share. I'm sure that they... How many years they've been married? Like, been married, what, 12, 14 years?
They've been married for a while, yeah.
Well, they have a 12-year-old child.
They got married
so
in 2009. So what's the math on that?
So
13 years. 13 years. So 2009 is 13 years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not 15 years, Rox.
Well, why do I think I've been with Doug for 15 years? Maybe we haven't.
So we're not talking about you and Doug.
Yeah,
we're
I know, but
talking
we've been,
about...
okay, 13 years. You're right. Okay.
So, yes, I am. 2009 and 2022 is 13. Thanks for reaffirming simple math.
MJ, thank you for agreeing with mathematics.
Yes. All right. So they have been married since 2009. They have... how many kids they have? They've got...
2, Vivian, and I forget the other.
Benjamin?
I forget the son's name.
And then Bridget Moynihan was the mother of the older kid, the 15-year-old, right?
Right.
Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, folks, it looks like Tom Brady and Giselle are headed for divorce. And listen, Tom Brady just looks distracted. We've been bringing this up from the beginning, that Giselle hasn't been around. What's going on? Is it just a big fight? They're going to patch things up. But if you believe the gossip stories out there that they both retained attorneys, and it seems that they're headed for divorce. Now, Tom Brady clearly had a lot of money before Giselle. Giselle, obviously, with her supermodeling career. But I would say the bulk of their fortune has been amassed while they were married. So the bulk of what they have in assets, I think, clearly was made over the last 13 years. So is that community property? I mean, whatever they made together, unless there's some kind of a prenuptial agreement that Tom keeps all of his earnings, Giselle keeps all of her earnings. And I believe that there have been stories in the past that Giselle actually was worth more than Tom.
Yeah, she's always been, I mean, Tom's a fantastic football player, but money-wise, I've always heard Giselle earn much, much more than Tom.
But what's her deal? What did she make? Some kind of, I think she does flip-flops or something, in addition to, I mean, her empire of
I'm not familiar with the Giselle flip-flops.
Yeah, seriously, that just popped into my head, so
the
I'll
Giselle
investigate
flip-flop.
it.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, she was the chemist that invented the spongy material in Crocs.
Yes.
I don't.
Yeah, just go Google
I have
Giselle
no idea.
Bunched in flip flops, and you're going to see what I'm talking about.
But mine
That's where
don't
she made a lot of her money.
Or you could tell us.
Mine don't make flop sounds. They're silent.
They just make flips.
Mine just go flip. They don't go
They just
flop.
go flip, flip,
Yeah.
flip, flip.
Anyway, it looks like they're headed for divorce. I actually thought this argument would be the end of them. Oh, hang on a minute. I never. So a friend told Page Six, I never actually thought this argument would be the end of them, but it looks like it is, according to one of the sources. I don't think there'll be any coming back now. They both have lawyers and are looking at what a split will entail, who gets what the finances will be.
Who gets custody of Gronk?
I think Tom can keep him.
I'm being told that Giselle has way more money than Tom.
I believe that. But
Way.
listen, Tom Brady also has that unbelievable alleged $375 million contract with Fox.
Over 10 years.
Yeah, it's a 10-year contract.
But still, it's a lot of money. $375 million 10-year contract. Yes, Fester.
So 90 seconds ago, we speculated that Giselle has a lot more money. And then Roxanne just chimed in, and she said, I don't know if you heard this, I'm being told that Giselle has a lot more money. Who the hell is talking to Roxanne now that would confirm something that is kind
Did you
of
just
obvious?
get a text, Roxanne?
I'm being told. I'm being told. Did you hear the way she positioned that?
Hold on, who texted you?
No, don't worry about it. Continue.
I'm not. No,
I'm being told by my sources.
Don't get all cagey with us.
There's no caginess.
No, there
If
is.
you've been told, we want to know by who.
Somebody texted you. I'm being told that Giselle had a whole lot more money than Tom. Who told you?
You might as well say I'm getting reports that.
Hot off the presses to the Roxanne News Network.
Can you stop giggling and speak? We're live. Hello, testing 1, 2.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. Just someone who knows them, who knows their chef.
Their chef?
Mm-hmm. Their chef just texted me.
What?
Hold on, wait
you
a
know
minute.
their chef?
Oh, finally, Roxanne gives us like a real scoop.
I'm kidding. No, it wasn't their chef.
Wait, you're not?
I'm not.
If you're kidding, you just got the chef fired. Okay, if you're joking around, you screwed his entire life.
Who texted you? Come on.
My cousin did, who's an absolute insane Patriot. He knows everything about the Bradys. He's a Patriots fan.
So really, he knows no more than we do.
How does he know that Giselle has a lot more money than Tom?
He's a fan of the Patriots.
Because he's a cuckoo fan of the Patriots.
All right.
What? That's really the reason?
Yeah, it is.
If we knew it, then any layman fan would probably know it as well. Roxanne's like, I'm being told. Like she has some exclusive source to confirm everything we already know.
I'm getting a message in my inner ear. Sounds like
we have breaking news at the Roxanne News Network.
Yes. I'm getting word from their lawn guy.
Unconfirmed reports
from the lawn guy that Giselle has
Hang
a whole
on.
lot more money.
Turn off your Ryobi. I can't quite hear you. Okay.
All right.
So Tom Brady is the highest paid player in the NFL. Tom Brady's making like $250 million a year with endorsement deals. We can go down the list, but I don't think we have to. But there's a lot of money there.
He has his Brady brand. He's doing his TB12 food.
They'll likely
nutrition
divorce
pack.
here in Florida. But also, remember, they just bought that expensive lot for like, I don't know, $17 million down in Miami.
How about that?
Their house is under construction. So who's going to keep that? Is Tom Brady going to get that house down there?
Who gets the boat?
What do they call it? The Billionaire Bunker or Billionaire's Island or whatever it is down in Miami?
Billionaire Row?
Billionaire, whatever it is. So who's going to get that? Who's going to keep
It's
it?
Indian Creek is where they're building.
Yeah.
It's called Indian Creek. And you know, I've said this before, but her best friend, Adriana Lima, is in that neighborhood too. So maybe she'll want to build and stay in that house.
Now, is that original information or was that from a source?
The New York Post says ahead of Hurricane Ian, the pair both fled Tampa, where Brady is playing for the Buccaneers, went to Miami because the Buccaneers started practicing in Miami as the hurricane was approaching, and they were staying apart down there as well. Bunchen spotted there over the last couple of days, but not staying together. A source told us that Bunchen has been staying in the Miami home that she and Brady rented in 2020. It's not clear where Tom Brady actually slept. So looks like they're headed for divorce. Now, I have something else I want to share, which somebody sent me another, like a statement. Somebody sent me like a statement from Gisele Bündchen, and this could be the first time you hear this statement. Hang on, I'll get to that next.
I just want to interrupt with one thing.
Yes.
They did have problems back in 2015. They had divorce rumors in 2015. They were flying like crazy.
Okay.
So, maybe they'll work it out.
All right. Well, it doesn't seem that way. Oh, and did you hear that Twitter wants Gisele to hook up with this person? So if the whole Tom Brady thing dissolves, Twitter has been on fire trying to hook these two up. Gisele Bündchen and whom? Tell you next. Don't move. And a whole lot more on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When it's time for... You're not in the echo. I'm the only one in the echo.
Oh,
yeah,
that was good.
You want to go in the echo?
Sure.
No, you're not in yet.
Damn
Hang
it.
on.
All right.
Let me turn you. I got.
Hold on.
All right. Now you're in the echo. All right, there you go. All right, you got the MJ Morning Show, 8:55. MJ and the crew just finishing up on Tom Brady and Giselle. A couple of other things here. This interview apparently has gone largely unnoticed. There was a Giselle interview where she actually said some very interesting and telling things. This was sent to me by a listener last night, and it reads, and this is an excerpt from an interview that apparently Giselle Bündchen did. And it reads, this all started when we moved to Florida. It was like Tom became a different person the second we crossed state lines. His smooth olive skin turned into a chapped, stinging red leather. He started cutting off the sleeves on all of his shirts. He goes grocery shopping shirtless now. He applied a Salt Life sticker to our Land Rover. Salt Life? What the hell does that even mean? I've asked so many friends. No one actually knows, but everyone insists they're living it. I told Tom, it's Florida or your supermodel wife. And he looked me in the eye, took off his shirt, and went to go buy something called a pub sub. He doesn't even eat bread. This is Giselle on how Tom Brady has changed.
Hysterical.
I don't know where this came from. A listener sent this to me. Clearly, that's not real, but
satire.
But I believe this is circulated.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday on Facebook posts.
Yeah. Is that where
ripping on Floridians?
Is that where it came from? It's on Facebook?
It's somebody created it and it's been shared around.
That's wacky.
Yeah, I just thought I'd share some wacky content with you on the MJ Morning Show here, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It's 8:57. So, yeah, that's floating around. I guess it was on Facebook. And no, that's not real.
It's a Florida caricature.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, Salt Life. You still see those stickers all over the place, right?
Yeah.
Still think I see them. Hey, and just wrapping up with Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen. The whole Antonio Brown thing, with him posting the picture of him on the sideline with Giselle during this whole situation, the news breaks. They're having trouble in the marriage. New York Post then breaks the story yesterday that they're getting divorced. They've hired divorce attorneys, whatever the story actually is. I'd like to hear Tom say, yes, this is true, or Giselle say, yes, this is true, or why don't they put out they're such public people. You know, here's the deal. You've got celebrities that they want the public spotlight. And I'm not saying that Tom and Giselle do.
But they're in it.
But they're in it, and it's just the nature of what they do. And guess what? You're highly compensated for, well, being in a position when you're in the public spotlight. And I understand that some celebrities, of course, they need their private time. But when something like this is so visible, do you think that Tom Brady and Giselle Bündchen ought to put out a statement?
No. Who does he owe that to? You know what he owes something to, or they owe something to, is their children. Their kids are going through stress right now with their parents getting, all this stuff going around about them, and then whatever they're living with at home or when they're seeing them separately. So they don't have to say anything to the public.
I would feel bad I do feel bad for them if they're going through this difficult time. I feel bad for the couple. I feel bad for the kids, probably most of all for the kids. I feel the worst for the kids. Now, back to Antonio Brown for a second. That guy, first of all, is a cretin. The guy is a screw loose. Why would, in the midst of all the potential turmoil here, why would he post a picture? Why would he troll by putting a picture of himself on the sidelines, hugging Giselle Bündchen?
He is a kick you when you're down kind of guy.
And you know what? They allowed him to sleep essentially on their couch. Tom Brady took Antonio Brown in. That's what a defective character I think this dude is. It's my opinion. That Tom Brady took took Antonio Brown in, allowed him to stay at his house. Hey, that might have been a bone of contention. That might have been, Giselle might have been not happy about that. What would that have sounded like? Giselle all angry at Tom for allowing Antonio Brown to sleep on the couch.
Tom, who the hell is this bum sleeping on our couch?
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that's the Giselle Bundchen impersonation.
I can't walk around in my flip-flops and nothing else if you're going to have your friends over here. I like to be nude around the house and just flip-flops.
Yeah. Tom, your buddy AB left the toilet seat up again. I can't have this.
Hey, how despicable is the guy, though, to start trolling with a picture of him and Giselle on the sideline? I think it was the Super Bowl win image is what that is.
Sure, it's right after the Super Bowl.
Hey, I told you AB was almost a tenant of ours.
You are lucky that didn't happen. So AB almost rented one of your Davis Islands rental properties?
Yes, he did.
How about CD? E.
About who?
No.
FG.
Well, AB was one of the CDE.
I got you, Antonio.
You don't want FG renting from you. FG.
He'll mess it up.
He will FG things up.
Okay, and then before we move on, guess who Twitter is trying to hook up with Giselle Bundchen?
Oh, wait, I thought it was someone was trying to hook Tom Brady up with someone.
No, I said Giselle Bundchen.
I flipped it in my head. Okay.
So all over Twitter yesterday, this was trending. Guess who they're trying to put Giselle Bundchen together with?
Is it a reunion? Is it a back together?
No.
No? So it's not Leo?
No, it's not Leonardo DiCaprio.
She's aged out.
When you think of a guy who, for whatever reason, has had an amazing run with high-profile women in the last couple of years.
Pete Davidson?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Oh, please.
Froggy, you got it.
Please.
Boom. So Twitter is trying to put Giselle Bundchen together with Pete Davidson. Come on.
I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Boy, I mean, but Antonio Brown, what a clown. What a bad human being. I mean, come on.
If I had a picture of me and Giselle, I probably would have posted it yesterday, too.
Master.
Whatever's. Hey, on a very serious local note, did you see the video that the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office released? And did you see the presser with Sheriff Gualtieri? The 3 teens that stole that Maserati? Did you see the aerial footage from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office chopper?
No.
Oh, my God. They're driving apparently up to 123 miles an hour. The early report said they were going 80, and then it came out that they were doing 123 on, I believe they were on, 66th Avenue? Were they on 66th?
I think I saw 62nd. 62nd Avenue, North St. Petersburg.
Well, wherever the hell they were.
But 2200 block of 62nd Avenue.
62nd Avenue. They hit 123 miles an hour on 62nd Avenue in St. Pete. And you can see on the video from the chopper that the rear end of the Maserati starts to fishtail. And then they lose control. They jump the curb, become airborne. Did you see? They took a jump like it was like a Dukes of Hazzard episode, and they leapt. The car hit the curb, and the car jumped into the air. It took out a business sign, which had to be, 6 or 8 feet off the ground. The car hits the pole, the sign, which is considerably off the ground, and, man, you saw the car in the aftermath. The car is a twisted, mangled mess. And, hey, we ought to get the video. Hey, Andrew, we ought to get that video up at mjmorningshow.com. And there's a long video of the chase, and the technology is really cool because with their FLIR technology, it has like the road, the GPS, and it's got the road names all superimposed. So
as you're driving down streets or as you pass physical houses, each address of the house pops up.
Right. So what happens here is it allows the chopper pilot to give like specific directions, where they are to the ground unit. So it's really cool technology that they have. But the video is insane of this car leaping, flying through the air, going through this huge metal pole and a big sign for a business. And then, of course, you've got one dead. These are teenagers, like 15 and 16-year-olds, that stole a Maserati that was unlocked with the key inside. What the hell are you thinking? Why would you do that? Crime of opportunity. So many crimes are just that, crimes of opportunity, because you've made it easy for the crook, the criminal, the bad actor to do what they're going to do. And the car is a twisted, mangled mess. The video's intense. We'll get, if you haven't seen the video, the aerial helicopter video, we'll get it up at mjmorningshow.com in just a little bit. That's mjmorningshow.com. I have some hurricane morons that I want to talk about. Hurricane morons in the news. Tampa cops busted a guy who was trying to steal from utility trucks that are in town or working on power restoration. What kind of a low life do you have to be to rip off the power trucks that are trying to get the power back on to those here in Florida?
These guys are traveling from around the country to help us.
Yep.
Was he stealing tools?
Here's the deal. Yesterday, a guy was arrested, broke into utility trucks that were here for Hurricane Ian repair, according to the Tampa Police Department. So TPD says that Brian Sereno Ortiz, 35, broke into hurricane relief trucks that were at a staging area on East Bird Street. Now, is that the Greyhound track?
Yeah.
That sounds like it's the Greyhound track.
Yeah, I told you yesterday that's a staging area for a lot of these trucks.
You got staging areas all over the place, but one of them is that old Greyhound track right off of 275 and Sly, and that's right around Bird, and that's where the huge vaccination tents were set up during the first round and the second round of vaccinations. Yeah, this is just awful. Security at the staging area, they were able to detain this guy, Sereno Ortiz, around 4:30 in the morning. He was trying to break into a bucket truck and trying to break into a Super Duty Ford F-250. He was stealing power tools. They were able to recover the power tools, luckily. You've got over 44,000 linemen and women who have come to Florida that are helping with power restoration and hurricane relief. And you got cretins like this guy trying to break into those trucks to steal the tools they need to put the power back on.
Yeah, this is what you talk about. You said there are going to be people taking advantage of this horrific situation and trying to scam people.
Just
bad
awful.
Stuff.
Awful. And how about this up in Pasco County? A guy in Holiday, he was arrested. He went on a big old crime run. This is according to Pasco County deputies. Stefanos Papa Stefano.
That's a name for
33 years old. This guy was charged in a whole string of burglaries, September 27th, 28th, 30th. Broke into different places of business. Guy stole cigarettes. Guy stole cash, and he stole fists full of lottery tickets. Guy was ripping off scratchers. So taking advantage. During the hurricane, this guy's trying to rip places off.
You got to figure the effects that Holiday felt were not that substantial.
Hey, Pasco and Hernando, they did not have extreme conditions, obviously. We had much more wind and rain in Pinellas and Pasco and Polk counties, obviously, Manatee and Sarasota, in our immediate area. According to the police, he stole $1,450 in lottery tickets, along with $250 in cigarettes, $300 in cash. Yeah, according to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, he cashed in one of the tickets within 2 hours of the burglary. What a bonehead. Charged with 3 counts of burglary of an unoccupied business. Yeah, throw the book at this guy. So, I mean, just why would these people do this? Why? Well, criminals are criminals. I'm asking a stupid rhetorical question
They're
here.
looking for areas of opportunity, like Roxanne said.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw this. A mayor whacked a guy over the head with a rake.
I'm voting for that.
I saw that, yeah.
During hurricane cleanup. What precipitated this?
Was it out of violence or was it just out of poor raking skills?
Violence.
This is a Florida mayor, a small Florida mayor. But he's not a small guy. It's a small town Florida mayor. This guy was arrested, and apparently, according to WKMG television over in Orlando, the mayor of Indialantic, 59-year-old David Berkman, used a rake to just clock some guy over the head.
Jeez.
And whacked him in the face. They had some kind of a verbal argument, and it culminates with the mayor just crowning the guy with a rake and then hitting his face. Man, that's got to be rough, getting raked in the face, smacked over the head. Yeah, according to WKMG TV station Orlando, this guy Berkman, the mayor, was helping to clear debris in Orlando Park in Indialantic when the victim began recording him on the cell phone. And the victim then told authorities that he recorded the mayor after Berkman made several comments about kicking his ass. So wait a minute. The mayor's got a rake. The mayor is cleaning up debris in a park in the Orlando area.
Indialantic is by Melbourne. It's on the coast.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's Orlando Park.
All right. So Orlando Park, right?
Yes.
All right. So thank you for the geographical clarification here.
That's how I roll.
So the mayor tells the guy, I'm going to kick your ass. So then Berkman grabs the rake and then hits the victim's phone and face and just clocks the guy with the rake.
And did you say if it was the rake part or the handle part?
All right. That would make a difference, I would think.
A big difference.
Yeah. Authorities also, is it the flexible little thin metal rake, or is it that hard, like, the hard rake?
Yes.
Ugh.
I think I would rather get hit with the hard plastic one as opposed to the flexible metal
No,
one.
what about the hard metal one? The old, like rectangular hard metal rake.
Like on a farm.
Ooh. Like it's like a hoe or something, like a hoe rake.
All right, so I want to donate to this mayor's campaign.
The mayor was arrested and faces battery charges, Fester. He hit a constituent in the face with a rake.
I'll rake in criminals. That's his new slogan.
I'm raking in the campaign donations. Hey, Fester wants to donate. The mayor's raking in all the cash now with campaign donations. No, that's not acceptable. I don't think I'd vote for a mayor that attacked someone with a rake.
I see county commissioner in your future, Mr. Mayor.
What we don't know is why the mayor originally told the guy, I'm going to kick your ass. We don't know what that is all about. So, and by the way, authorities, before I move on here, authorities are warning folks in Florida that looting in the state is going to get progressively worse.
Yeah.
So various law enforcement agencies and sheriffs, one is Martin County Sheriff William Snyder, and I don't think they really had a heck of a lot of effects, but he says it was very early and some of the looting was starting already, but it will get progressively worse, I think, as people become more desperate. I just don't see a lot of desperate people in need that are going to do the looting. I see just bad people looking for opportunity to loot.
Yeah.
When you think of Martin County, it was on the backside of the storm, but it's over on the Atlantic South and just north of West Palm.
Yeah, you got Palm Beach County and then Martin County. Then you've got St. Lucie County. And that's like the Treasure Coast area is what they call that. So
you think about all those houses, all those multi-million-dollar houses that are almost obviously they're uninhabitable, but inaccessible just because the bridges and the land. People are going to go to these houses at night. They're going to dock their boats on the beach.
Yeah, they're just going to go by boat.
I mean, there's going to be a lot of. I see more looting stories happening at these. What's in these houses the houses are worth millions and millions? It's got to be some stuff that is going to attract a thief.
Why don't you stop putting ideas out there with the boat on the beach?
Had a boat.
There was a big incident up in Jersey City, up in New Jersey. Happened over the weekend. And there was like this big rumor, social media exploded about an active shooter in a mall in New Jersey. Jersey City's Newport Center Mall was in the center. It was in the spotlight. Everyone was saying, active shooter in the mall. And people were like fleeing. It was all over, I think, Instagram and TikTok and Twitter. And people were fleeing. Active shooter in the mall. Guess what it turned out to be?
What?
It's a popcorn machine.
You can tell because it's starting to slow down.
It was a popcorn machine. Does that sound like gunshot? Let me give you a little A-B comparison. All right, so here we go. Here's some gunshots. All right, does that sound... Well, first of all, those are movie gunshots. Though,
Yeah, they don't even sound like real gunshots.
Real gunshots, though. Like, here's some automatic fire. All right, that's more realistic. All right. And then popcorn.
I duck.
Oh, come on.
I would think I could hear a gunshot from a couple of 100 yards away. How loud was this popcorn maker?
So on Saturday, dozens of calls came in to the Jersey City Police Department about an active shooter near the 3-level mall near downtown Jersey City. Social media users began warning people, stay away from the Newport facility in Jersey City. Active shooter. 130 retail stores, by the way. If you go in Jersey City, don't go near the Newport Mall, according to one of the Twitter users. Just tried going to the mall. Everyone was leaving. Cops started showing up. Had to turn around and leave. Still hear sirens heading away. What's going on? And then people are saying, active shooter. Nope. Turns out that it was a popcorn machine.
We're going to call this off. It's not an active shooter. Everybody gets free popcorn.
The loudest one ever, apparently.
It was they said it was a malfunctioning popcorn machine. How does a popcorn machine malfunction? I mean, if you're making popcorn and people determine that that's gunfire, I mean, I don't know how you confuse popcorn with gunfire, but apparently it did happen.
If you have gunfire in your head, if you're thinking gunfire, maybe it would sound like that to an untrained ear. But since I know it's popcorn, I don't think that.
All right, this is weird. Couple of things on the celebrity front. Because of the hurricane, I just got a little backlogged on this thing, but this is from last week. Is this true that the Church of Scientology, of course, headquartered right here in Clearwater, is this true that the Church of Scientology built an entire soccer field because they thought that Tom Cruise would be able to woo David Beckham to join Scientology? So they built a giant soccer field?
Really? Was it a whole stadium or just a grass field? I mean, that doesn't seem too impressive.
Listen to this. The Church of Scientology had an entire soccer field built, constructed for the sole purpose of helping their biggest star, Tom Cruise, try to woo David Beckham to join. This is according to a new book. Former Scientology member Mike Rinder claimed in a new book titled A Billion Years, My Escape from a Life in the Highest Ranks of Scientology, that Cruise was at one point working to recruit more celebrities to Scientology, which Rinder and multiple ex-members have described as a dangerous cult. A professional-grade soccer pitch was constructed on the property at Gold, base church headquarters out in California. So it wasn't here in the Clearwater area.
Right, because that was where Beckham was.
Right. The ground was leveled, irrigation installed, perfect turf, goals raised. Rinder also claimed a full-time caretaker for the field was hired, but construction and maintenance had only one purpose. It was built for one purpose only, so Tom Cruise could try to woo his friend David Beckham to come to Gold, but it never happened.
You know what I've heard? I've heard that Tom Cruise is so damn charismatic that he could probably woo all of us to join.
Not me.
Well, I'm just saying.
Speak for yourself.
No, that's what I've heard. Like,
well, listen,
he
just because you're very impressionable. And,
no.
That's
my point. The hyperbole.
Just because you could be hoodwinked and bamboozled into anything.
Oh, yeah, that's what happens all the time. I'm always hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Calling her a rube? If Scientology has a perfect soccer field ready to go, forget Beckham. Tom Cruise needs to call Pele or something.
Listen.
Tom Cruise is not going to convince me. He's not going to mesmerize me with his charisma and get me, MJ, to join Scientology.
Okay, I'm saying that if you met Tom Cruise and he wanted you to join Scientology, that you would walk away with a favorable impression of him, and you would be like, "Yeah, I mean, that's not my thing, so I'm not going to join."
No, I wouldn't.
But wow.
Roxanne's judging you.
If he was pushing Scientology on me, I wouldn't I wouldn't walk away with a favorable
I'm telling you, you
impression.
would.
No, I would not.
You're
I'm
right,
sorry.
Roxanne. He would.
You would be like, I had a really great conversation. You would think you and Tom were best
Roxanne,
friends. I'm not
Roxanne.
saying that you would join.
Roxanne,
Guys, I'm buying an email.
Hey, you
just
guys
because
remember-
you get the
You be
googly,
bragging.
you get the googly-eyed stars in your eyes.
Yeah,
and-
what are you talking about? I have no googly eye. You're the one who's talking about how much you love Top Gun too. You'd be all over it.
Hold on, what
he was the
does
one.
that have to do with it?
I'm just saying.
Top Gun 2 is great. It's fantastic.
We're framing this story like it's such a stretch that someone could build a soccer field, and that he was probably close to wooing Beckham because they were friends, and he's a woo type of guy. And if you saw him, you'd be like, woo!
Tom Cruise is not wooing me to do anything.
Ric Flair.
if Tom Cruise, oh, that's right, they ought to woo
Ric
Ric
Flair
Flair.
just became a Scientologist.
They ought to woo Ric Flair. Woo!
All right, listen, if Tom's listening, I know on good source that Carlos Valderrama, former Tampa Bay Mutiny star, is available. All right, he is looking to join Scientology.
No one is going to talk to me. No one's got enough sway and charisma to talk me into doing anything.
Listen,
nothing.
You might not join, but you would tell all your friends.
I'm not
Tom had me this close.
I'm not going to tell my friends that Tom had me this close to joining Scientology. What are you talking about?
You so would.
All right, Roxanne, just because you're a click away from getting talked into lying on some bed in purple sneakers out in San Diego.
Oh, what are you saying?
We're talking about the
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate.
She's a member of Heaven's Gate?
Look up your cults. Look up your
I
cults.
don't know anything about that.
Until now, and she's interested.
There's a whole documentary on Netflix.
Was it purple sneakers?
Yeah, purple sneakers.
I thought
What
they
is
were.
this?
Yeah, Heaven's Gate.
Purple's her third favorite color.
Yeah,
She's interested now.
Look up bunk beds, purple sneakers, and
Okay, I know nothing of
Juice.
this.
All right, so the first thing that comes up is Heaven's Gate. No, I'm
Yeah.
kidding. All right.
anyway,
All right.
Roxanne, no. Tom Cruise is not going to woo me. I'm not going to.
You'd be bragging about your interaction with him.
If I met Tom Cruise and he started pouring on the Scientology nonsense on me, I would be. I'm not walking on.
He would be looking
I would
dead
be-
in your eye. His
I'd be-
all contact would be so unbelievable, you'd almost be sucked in.
All right, so they
Roxanne,
were
no,
black.
I would not. I'd walk away saying, "Oh my God, that was weird.
They
Get me out of this."
Heaven's Gate was black sneakers, purple blankets.
Okay, they had purple blankets on them. They had black. They all had like black Nikes on. They were lying on bunk beds or something. All right, let me take a quick break here. It's our final chunk of the MJ Morning Show next, and I just have a lot of things I got to do too before we get out of here. I got a whole pile of things, so stand by. Among them, though, yeah, I'll do this. I want to talk about Anthony Bourdain for a second.
Okay.
I was a big Bourdain fan, and I saw something that was it was really disturbing that he offed himself because I was a big Bourdain fan.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say I was a cult member, but Roxanne, but there is just a couple of things with Anthony Bourdain that kind of struck a nerve that I just read and I did not know, and I think it's important. So if you watched all the Bourdain TV shows, I thought the guy was great. But apparently he hated me. I just found this out. Anthony Bourdain hated me. I'm going to explain. Hang on. Next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. All right. Wednesday. I'm just posting an Instagram reel that I videoed last night. It is in the process. It still says posting on my phone. So I'll let you know when it's posted. And see, this is why you need to listen to the MJ Morning Show all the way to the end, because you never know what the hell's going to happen. All right, so I'll explain what that is in just a minute. First, though, I was really disturbed because I don't know what I ever did to Anthony Bourdain, but I found out yesterday that Anthony Bourdain hated me. I mean, I was a huge Bourdain fan. I was really upset when Anthony Bourdain took his own life in that hotel in France. And then I find out this information yesterday. I mean, loved his TV shows, all through the ranks. He had the various different programs over his career. Kitchen Confidential, the Bourdain book. I think that's a must read. I think if you eat, you must read Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. The book's old. It's been around for like 20 years. Book came out, I think, around 2000.
That's what put him on the scene, though. Yeah,
the book was fantastic. And then, of course, he had numerous iterations of different TV programs and food and travel. The CNN, what was the CNN series? It was tremendous.
What's so great about that book?
Well, it's kind of like the inside deal with restaurants and the whole restaurant industry.
He's a really good writer, apparently.
He was. It was tremendous. So here's what I found out about Anthony Bourdain, and I was upset. I was a huge fan. He hated me.
All right, hold on.
All right, here's the deal.
Yeah, does he hate you personally?
No, hang on. Is somebody eating oatmeal? What does that smell?
It's called oatmeal.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
Why do you have to say it with such a grimace?
Cinnamony.
Because part of our company's nourishment program is they give us awkward coffee and
oatmeal bonuses
and packets of oatmeal.
Do we really have oatmeal in the kitchen?
Yes.
Usually plain.
We have oatmeal, really?
And they have plain and apple cinnamon. Is that peaches and cream?
No, this is apples and cinnamon.
But see, the problem is when you use those instant oatmeal packets, there's so much sugar and garbage in there instead of having just regular oatmeal. If you're going to do oatmeal,
steel cut oats?
You ought to do steel cut, or you ought to do, even better, you ought to do oat bran.
Yeah, that's your parents' problem.
That's why they need the toilet auger. Is that it?
Seriously.
All right, let me get back to Bourdain here because I don't want to run out of time today.
Well, that was a food transition, so that's fine.
Well, listen, we're talking about oatmeal, and Anthony Bourdain hated oatmeal. By the way,
yeah,
he thought that oatmeal ought to be removed from the earth.
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. I have
Just
no
a
idea.
waste.
There's a new book out, and this is what I learned that Anthony Bourdain, he did overcome his drug addiction, but he was never able to stop drinking. That's one of the big elements in this book called Down and Out in Paradise, The Life of Anthony Bourdain. It's coming out, I think, a week from today.
Drinking every episode of his show.
Yeah, it's coming out next week. So the author spoke to the Guardian newspaper, and a couple of things we've learned here. Now, of course, he offed himself in a French hotel room back in 2018. Story was he was heartbroken because his girlfriend was seen, his ex-girlfriend, what was it, Aja? Is that how you say it? Aja Argento, right? It's not Asia, it's Aja, right?
I guess.
She was seen dancing with another man in Rome, and apparently, I don't know whether he was drinking, he was upset. Anyway, he offed himself. But the author of the book says that Anthony Bourdain became someone that he hated. By the time he realized that, he was too physically exhausted to straighten things out. He thought it simpler to seek what is famously called a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Ugh, that's terrible. And in the Kitchen Confidential memoir from 2000, which is a must-read, Bourdain described all the kitchens that he worked in during the 1980s, that there were drugs and alcohol everywhere. I don't think it's anywhere near that way in most places these days. But drug-fueled, he admitted that he and his coworkers in the kitchen, they did everything. Marijuana, cocaine, LSD, codeine, heroin. And he got off heroin in the 1980s, but some of his friends continued on. But here's what I just found disturbing. This was what I didn't like. And he hated me. And I was a huge Bourdain fan. His just the photography in the documentaries that he did, the writing, the storytelling was just dynamic. It was tremendous. And then I find out in the book it is written that Bourdain constantly stated that he was lonely and living in a constant state of uncertainty.
Did they publish some of the text?
Hang on. He declared, I hate my fans too. I hate being famous. I hate my job.
Oh, he was in a bad place.
So all the things that I loved about what he did, he apparently hated.
You're taking it too personally.
He hated his fans.
Yeah.
I don't cling to much. I'm not on the seat, the edge of my seat, I should say, for much. But Anthony Bourdain, whenever one of his shows came on or one of the episodes was playing, I had to stop and look. The guy just had this magnetic attraction. He was mesmerizing as far as just his storytelling and the way he wrote and described things. I thought it was fantastic.
He was a cool guy.
I mean, I was a huge fan, and then it says, I hate my fans. I hate being famous. I hate my job. That is so sad.
I mean, what was cool about him is he had a really, I don't give a, energy. And that was even bigger than, thank you. And that was even bigger than what we thought because he didn't give a hoot and he didn't even he hated his fans.
Yep. Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of TV, a couple of things here. I have not seen the last episode of House of the Dragon.
I haven't seen the first.
Have you seen it but not seen it? Is that what you mean by that?
I haven't seen the last episode. The one that dropped on Sunday, we haven't seen it.
Apparently the people who've seen it haven't seen it either.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Apparently there's this big issue where some of the scenes in last week's episode or the Sunday episode, some of the scenes were so dark that people couldn't see the stuff. So I don't know if this is...
I've seen that. I mean, even in regular Game of Thrones, I remember there were some episodes where I felt like I couldn't see as much as I wanted to.
When you say dark, you mean just like the way it presented on the television?
The look.
The actual luminance or the brightness that some of the scenes, not dark as in, not metaphorically speaking, that that was dark. That was a dark scene.
As far as the tint.
Yeah, literally the screen was too dark and people are complaining that they couldn't see what was on their screen.
Wasn't that a big complaint on the finale of the first one?
Yeah, I noticed it then.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying I can't even see the damn thing.
Apparently some of the fans on Sunday night were disappointed because the screen was too dark. And of course, House of the Dragon is the prequel by a couple of 100 years to Game of Thrones.
But then they say that they did that effect on purpose.
I'm sure
they wanted
did.
it to be like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. So
think of the time. It's medieval mythological times.
It was very dark.
Very dark.
On Twitter, people were complaining that the color grading of the show was so dark that viewers were complaining. Viewers were more shocked when their tweets began getting replies from HBO. The auto-generated response simply blamed the visual concerns as a creative decision. Hi there. We appreciate you reaching out about the night scene in House of the Dragon, Episode 7, appearing dark on your screen. The dim lighting of the scene was an intentional creative decision. Thanks! So that was a response that went out to anyone that was complaining on Twitter.
Someone just texted, they're so glad we brought this up because they thought their TV was broken.
Seriously.
I'm going to Best Buy. I'm going to get a new TV.
I got to get a new one, honey.
It's all busted. I couldn't see the Game of Thrones prequel. Missed a whole bunch of stuff. They thought their TV was broken.
What a dope.
Oh, man. So we haven't seen it yet. We'll watch it probably sometime this week, before because Sunday night, speaking of television, Sunday night, Michelle and I watched Blonde.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're trying to finish up on Stranger Things. We've got half of the last episode of season 4 to watch. So we're almost done with Stranger Things. And I got to be honest, I think I stick with my original feeling that I did like 1 and I like 2, not as much as 1. And I don't know, I think I've lost just a little bit of interest in the whole Stranger Things thing.
Oh.
But I tell you what we did watch. We watched on Sunday night the first half of Blonde, the Marilyn Monroe story. And there's a lot of backlash on that thing. You got a bunch of celebrities that are telling people, hey, boycott it. Don't watch it.
Why?
Because it portrays Marilyn Monroe in an unfair light. I mean, there's a whole litany of things. There's a whole bunch of celebrities that are all ticked off, and they're trying to get people to not watch Blonde, which is on Netflix.
What celebrity would care what happened to Marilyn Monroe's life?
Yeah. Leave Marilyn alone. Remember Courtney Stodden? Wasn't she like the 12-year-old that married the 65-year-old guy? Remember that story?
I mean, wouldn't even rank her with celebrities, but yeah.
No, she's just one. But there's a whole movement that people are trying to bash the Marilyn Monroe biopic. And I'm telling you right now, it's not like it's filled with 100% truth. It's even the biography that was written by the woman that the show was based on. The author was Joyce Carol Oates, and she wrote this book like in 2000. They've been trying to get this thing made for like almost 2 decades, like 17 years, 15 years trying to get this thing made. And I'm telling you right now, I highly recommend it. I thought it was tremendous. I thought that
who plays her?
Ana de Armas.
Who?
Ana de Armas. She was incredible. I think she could be nominated for an Oscar.
Never heard of her.
I mean, it sounds like you have a stutter when you say her name.
Ana de Armas?
Yeah.
Incredible.
Does she have arms?
Folks, I highly recommend that you watch Blonde on Netflix. It's long.
It's not Ana de Armless.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's Armas, Armas.
Oh,
Not
so she
armless.
has arms.
She has arms.
Ana de Armas.
How are you going to play Marilyn Monroe armless?
Yeah, she looks so much like her acting is incredible.
Does she
I'm
say
telling you.
Mr. President?
There was a scene with her and Kennedy in a hotel room.
Whoa.
Get in the bed, Marilyn.
Yep. It was almost like that. It was pretty darn close to that.
Get in here, Bobby.
Ask not what your president can do for you.
It's what you can do for the president. Yes.
Anna de Armas is Spanish, too, so she probably had to totally do a different accent.
She was incredible. I highly recommend. I thought it was tremendous. It's nearly 3 hours long. That's
Now-
why we watched it in two parts. We watched half on Sunday night, and we finished it up on Monday night.
Marilyn died of a barbiturate overdose, but some people think
Did you just call her a bitch?
What?
How
Barbiturate?
dare you call Marilyn Monroe a bitch?
How dare you?
I like Marilyn Monroe.
I
but
do.
I heard she died from standing over an air vent and an amoeba
No.
got blown right.
No, we stop that. All right,
An
folks.
infection. How did it enter her body?
Tapeworm.
Doctors.
Gosh.
Call the
Got
president.
blown up through the vents.
I'm trying to do something serious here, and you guys are trying to derail me.
That's all we do.
We got to get out of here. All right, hey guys, think of your last words, and make sure it's nothing to do with